Oh, yeah. Okay. Welcome back. We are not actually heroes, Cataclysm, and I am Dr. Diaz underscore DM. We're going to play some D&D. Not last Saturday, 2 weeks ago on Saturday, we had this campaign, and the guys went from, let's see, Baldur's Gate, and they were traveling kind of northeast towards the High Moor, and they ran across dragons or the ruins of Dragon Spear Castle. They kind of investigated it, which turned out bad for one of the characters. You have to go watch the video over on YouTube if you want to check that out, to see which one it was. After that, we had a couple new characters enter the party. They were both, I think they're both elves, right? Are they full elves?
Yes, we're both high elves.
Yeah. Both high elves. Okay. And picked up one there at the castle, and the other was entered the party in the High Moor, which is kind of a swamp area where the party ran across some undead skeletal-like creatures, and one of which was kind of well dressed. Odd. After that, the party made quick work of them, and now they're on like a little ferry, kind of going down towards Daggerford. Which Daggerford, if you know anything about D&D, usually is a really small, little tiny town or village. In this campaign, where Waterdeep has been destroyed, Daggerford is a massive city. It is multiple times bigger than I guess in any other campaigns that you probably ran across. Not as big as Waterdeep, but it can contend with it. So, all right. So you guys are on the ferry heading into Daggerford. So as you guys approach the city, you don't go all the way into the city. You see where the river goes into the city through one of the walls, up and around and through it. The ferry actually stops at a bridge just south of the city, where it lets off most of the passengers there, before continuing on through. So you're kind of dumped off outside the city. Daggerford is a very large city, very, very big, thick walls, probably at least 30 plus feet high walls with parapets kind of just around the city. From here, you can see some like small like cottages or shops or inns outside the southern wall. There is a road that runs from the bridge there up to the south gate of the city there, through the middle of these small houses and stuff. Let's see, it would be probably about, I think it's later in the day, if I remember correctly. You guys were fighting the skeletal creatures and then made your way over to the ferry, and the ferry took you down the river. So we'll say it's kind of getting close to the evening as you guys are approaching the city. Can't really get a good glimpse of the city from here, just pretty much the walls. So I'll turn it over to you guys.
So we're just approaching the outside of Daggerford?
Yep. Sun would be, still in the sky, but going down. It would be actually going down over, to the western side of the walls as you're approaching from the south. It would be just kind of peeking over the walls. So getting pretty dark where you guys are at this point.
Okay. I'll turn to, and all right, I apologize. Josh, I didn't write your character's name down last time. What was his name? Alaric. That's right. I thought I wrote that down, but I guess I didn't. I want to just turn to Alaric and say, you said you were headed up this way towards Daggerford anyway. What aside from chasing these creatures that we ran into, what business did you have in Daggerford?
I'm investigating the disappearance of my mentor, Jorik. I've been traveling for quite a few months trying to figure out what happened to him.
And the path has led you here to Daggerford.
Right now, I've really got nothing to go on. I know he had business in Daggerford at one time, so
I see.
I'm just casting a wide net at this point, just trying to find anything.
I understand. And you turn to Galen. Say, I know that you are here and seem to be eager to help and lend your aid where you can. Do you have business of your own here in Daggerford?
Well, I mean, I came here, or I wanted to come here to look for somebody, but I got separated from them a few years ago, and I'm not sure if they'll find them here or not. But I checked everything kind of south of here, from Baldur's Gate, and I don't know where they are. Seems like nobody's seen them at all, so maybe they're further towards Neverwinter, or maybe even, further than that. I don't know where they went.
We have been traveling around mostly the southern parts of these lands for the past year. Could you perhaps describe this person, or do you have a name? Maybe we've run across them, or at least run across tell of them.
Well, it's hard to describe. He's about my height, and he's very angry with me. I let him down. I done something that I was asked not to do, or I guess better way to put it is I let him down because I couldn't fulfill his wishes, and I'm trying to find him to make amends if I can. It's kind of hard to talk about because it's my father that did it.
I see.
And I don't know if I can find him or not, but and for all I know, he may not want to see me anyways. But that's who I'm kind of looking for is my father, or at least somebody that can tell me of him.
And when, I suppose you said you were separated from him.
It was more along the lines of he was so disappointed in me that he just left. He told me that he disowned me, and I wanna be able to find him and try to show him that I'm worth taking back, or at least having faith in, and I don't know if I'll be able to find him to do so.
Oh. I hope that you are able to find him. I sincerely do. I'm not sure where in the city your business will take you, but I know ours will take us to the city guard. I would assume, at least as a starting point. Unless we want to maybe head to a tavern and ask around, see if anyone has heard tell of this general. Although I do know up here in Daggerford, we can't be too careful about who we talk to.
So what is your business here? What have you been sent here to do?
We were sent here to find someone, a general from Baldur's Gate, who's been missing somewhere up to the north. He was sent up here on a mission and hasn't checked back in. And we're here just to see if we can't, if not find him, find out what fate maybe befell him.
Alark shakes his head and says, "What? So many kidnappings, so many people missing. This used to be
Indeed.
a safe. The realms have been safe for years, for decades. But it seems like the mood has changed."
Either the mood has changed or the evil that lay underneath has risen to the surface and made itself more known.
Okay, whenever you say evil,
Mm-hmm.
you notice Alaric's eyes narrow, and he wraps his hand. He wraps his hand around his sword hilt, and his knuckles go white. And he just at the mention of evil, he says, I can't abide that. I will assist you. Maybe we can work together and find information for both of the people that we're missing.
Just as a quick aside, we already have like 3 people in this party that don't trust me, and you brought a fucking paladin in here? Come on now. That's low.
I may or may not stab you at some point. I'm just going to throw that out there. Just
So
be
Taurus
warned.
loves you.
Still,
For
Taurus
now.
loves everybody.
Yeah. Well, I'd say our first point of order is I can use a drink.
Do any of y'all or were y'all supposed to be meeting other party members here, or
We had
a contact or something?
I don't think we were given a contact. We were given information to head north, see if we could find out what happened to him here in Daggerford, and if we couldn't find it, we were supposed to continue to head north along the same path he took up towards Neverwinter and see what information we might be able to find here in Daggerford. I think we just need to maybe, like I said, head to a tavern somewhere where we can, kind of get a beat on the pulse of the city and see if we can find someone that might have the information we're looking for.
All right, when he says that, we're still outside the city walls, correct?
You're still down at the dock, yeah. The outside of the city walls is maybe a good let me look at the map here. It's a little bit of a walk. Where's my map? Oh, here's my map. Yeah, I'd say it's a good 10-minute walk. I mean, it's pretty flat, so you can kind of see the city from here, but there's a little bit of a walk. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would suggest we move up toward the city. And,
That's a
see
great
what we
idea.
can see.
Just a quick aside, Diz, would you say that vial that I scooped up a couple games ago, that's probably well gone by now, right?
I would think so. I
right.
would say so. Yeah.
All right. Would you say it's been gone? I mean, how many days into not having that do you think? Because I was trying to think of how long we had traveled. Maybe a couple days.
You traveled. Where did you get the vial from? I can't.
From when we rescued right before JD left.
Oh, right before JD left. Okay, so that would have been.
And I can go. I believe it's 6 days in between.
So you are probably right at it. Like right on that line.
If I had used the vial, I'm right on that line.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. If it is gone, I'd say because you're traveling, it's at least like a week and a half, if not more.
Okay.
Of the journey up through there.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Let's head into the city.
All right. So as you guys approach the city, it is late in the day, but the closer you get, the more you hear like sounds of excitement, of joy, kind of coming from even from outside the city. You can kind of hear it. There's people around the small houses on the outside. They seem to be celebrating something. And the closer you get, they're people are flying, little flags. Kids are running by with little flags and stuff like that, with different colors on them and different like letters on them. And there's lots of people drinking. Looks like a lot of people having a good time. So as you approach the gate, the sun is well below the castle walls. So it's getting pretty dark on this side of the castle walls. So there are some guards standing at the south gate, but they don't seem to be checking anybody or anything like that. They seem to be just kind of lazily, at their post.
As we start to approach the gates, do the guards like perk up at all, or do they?
Nope.
They give us any issue walking through?
Nope. They don't even. You're not even sure if one of them is awake. The other is just. He might be watching you, might not be. They don't seem to be bothered with you guys coming through. There's a lot of people moving in and out as well. Most people are drinking or in celebration. As you enter the city, there's lots of just buildings in here. You're kind of going down like one of the main streets, and just lots of large structures, a lot of shops. And let me see what district you enter here. Okay, so you see restaurants, pubs, some inns, and then as you continue on in, you start to see some houses. The ones on the main street are a little bit bigger, and as you kind of look down side streets, smaller as they go out from the main road there.
Kind of
anything you're looking for?
Well, as we're walking, I just want to kind of fall back next to Siltoris there.
All right.
And I'm gonna turn to him and just quietly, not trying to be like trying to whisper anything, but just speaking towards him, but not really caring if anyone else, I guess, around us in the group hears. Just say, back there at the keep, emotions were running a little hot after everything happened, and I said some things I'm not proud of. But you did well in the fight, and I appreciate the help. I know you're just looking out for what's in the best interest of everyone. But everyone handles grief a little bit different, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it could have been units. Who knows? I didn't want it to happen again.
Well, I hope we can at least get some answers to what did that, what that thing was, maybe where it came from, and how we can stop it from happening again.
Yeah. Me too. And I wrap him up into like a bear hug.
Oh, Okay. Yep. Okay. That's my spine.
Probably squeezed just a little too hard.
A little bit too hard. And then I just want to also, as we're walking, head over and I'll wait till we get to a tavern for that. So
Okay.
just kind of keeping an eye out for a tavern that we can maybe go grab a drink and see if we can keep an ear out for anyone that might be of use to us in finding this general.
So in this area, I mean, there are several inns, pubs, restaurants. It's pretty saturated in this area. So
Is there one that looks like a dive bar? That's what I'm looking for. I want to find a dive.
Let's see.
I don't need some fancy place. Give me a hole in the wall.
Let's see what we have in Daggerford. Well, there is one that you walk across that has a lady up on the sign with just like a mug of ale, and underneath it says the Scarlet Brothel.
I'll turn to the group and say, any objections to a brothel?
You don't even have to look at Alaric. You hear his eyes roll. He says, sorry, friend. I'll be glad to stay out here in the street and watch for you, but I won't be.
Everyone
going
just
in
says,
there.
what's a brothel?
It's a tavern with many friendly people in it. Prugwin.
So as you turn around talking to Prugwin, you're kind of looking over Prugwin's shoulder there, and you do see another tavern just down, and you can kind of make out it says the Banderhob's Bat.
Well, maybe we table the brothel and head on down here. And I'll head over towards what is it called?
The Banderhob's Bat.
Banderhob's Bat. All right. Fantastic. Okay, cool.
All right, so as you approach it, it is like stone-walled. It is 2 floors. It has a green roof, vines covering part of the walls and up onto the roof, and it looks like it was once maybe like anybody that has like a military background would notice that it kind of looks like it might have been once like a barracks and has been converted at some point. As you walk in the door, what furthers this is there are several like suits of armor decorating and like different armaments up on the wall. Contains it like a large grandfather clock to the back, and has several cured meats and cheeses just hanging back behind where they're making food. You guys would notice there is a female elf back behind the bar area. She seems to be very busy. She has blonde hair pulled up into like a bun, and with her hair not like covering her ears stand out very prominently, as she appears to be a full elf of some sort. Wearing just a nice dress, but she is very busy, keeping all of the employees in line.
Do you see an open table as we walk in?
Yeah, the bar is rather busy, but there is a couple of open tables. Yes.
Kind of make my way over to one.
Yeah.
Is everybody carrying weapons openly, or
You do
armed,
see You do see some people with weapons, but most of the people do not.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be taboo, but it doesn't
That was-
seem to be common
That was
either.
more
So
my concern is, I didn't want to step foul of any law or anything, about
Yeah.
openly carrying weapons within the city.
yeah. So as you guys sit down at the table, everyone roll a perception check.
Ooh, it's a big old 4.
Nice.
Perception.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness!
Ooh.
Can anybody beat that?
I have a 23, but it's not natural, so
Oh,
it's a 19 plus 4, so.
even with the 23, it's not as high as the natural 20 with the 25. Who you got, Buck?
17.
17. All right. And looks like Kyle has dropped out for the moment. All right. So, Prugwin, as you sit down, you notice that the elf lady behind the bar there kind of looks over and is staring at you guys. And, she, you see one of the waitresses start to go over to your table, and she kind of stops her and kind of is making her way over to your table herself. As you turn to the side, there's several people in the room, but you kind of pick up on a dwarf over in the corner. He's just kind of staring at you guys. And then as you kind of as your eyes meet, he kind of looks down away.
Hey guys, I think we're popular or something. Everybody keeps looking at us.
Not necessarily always a good thing.
Oh,
I mean, y'all haven't been here before, have you? Like they aren't mad at you, are they?
Not to my memory.
Knowledge of this place. Sorry,
And-
channeling Gandalf.
As you guys are talking, the lady walks up, says, "Hi, my name is Miley, and you guys look new to the area. I haven't seen you around before. You guys hungry?"
Definitely wouldn't turn down a meal and a drink around for the table if we could.
Excellent. Yes. So we have some bacon stew with sharp cheese, and we have what's known as Phoenix sandwich with barley biscuits. Does either of those sound good?
Phoenix sandwich. I'm intrigued.
ooh, I want the stew.
They call it that because it brings your taste buds back to life.
Ah, I'll give it a go.
All right. All right, and some ale for the table. All right, I will be right back. And she goes off to get your food.
Lean over to Prug when after she leaves and say, now when you say everyone is looking at us, what do you mean? Did all eyes on us when we walked in? I was a little distracted thinking about something else. I didn't really see anyone looking over here.
Well, that lady, she kept kind of staring at us, and then there was this dwarf over here that kept looking at us.
Lark, Galen, have either of you ever been here to the Banderhob's Bat?
I have not. When he points out the dwarf,
Mhm.
I would look at the dwarf, not
So-
just like, but
So,
kind
so
of
as
glance at
as
him.
and I would imagine Prugwin would just point over
That
to where the
dwarf.
dwarf.
Yeah,
as
just
he
outright.
as he does that, there's no dwarf where he's pointing. Like the dwarf that
I
you
guess-
saw is gone.
I guess he's gone now.
That's unsettling.
How many doors are out of here?
You just see the one on the front that you know of. You would probably assume that there's probably at least one on the back of the building, but just the one.
Can I
Okay.
quick scan the room and see if I can see the dwarf anywhere, if he just moved tables or something?
Yeah, I
Okay.
would stand up and look around.
Okay, so just
Not-
make
not
it.
like- Yeah, not like aggressively stand up.
Just-
You know.
Close.
McCall would start turning tables over at this point, but Alaric is not McCall, so
All right, so
There's
you
a
can
little
roll a
tap.
perception check if you're looking.
okay, that's a 22, so 18 this time.
It's cocked. I'd say yeah, it's just a 15 for me.
Okay.
Of course, I don't know what the dwarf looks like. So
Looking for
Okay.
a dwarf to go shake down.
a dwarf to yes.
Yep. You do not see. I mean, you do see some dwarfs, but maybe that's the dwarf.
Come walk over and start picking dwarfs up. Was it this one? Was it this one?
Easy on the beard.
Because us elves don't really like those dwarves, you know. So I'm not gonna be particularly fond of that assignment if I have to do that.
This is true.
So I would sit back down and ask Prugwin to describe the interaction that he saw a little bit in more detail. What
Okay.
happened when he noticed?
All right, so he would describe a dwarf with like a bushy beard, of course, you know, and it's kind of braided at the like in the middle at the bottom, and had a hood up kind of down close to where his bushy eyebrows are, so you couldn't really see a lot of his face, and he was wearing like leather armor. Probably one of the few people in the place that had visible weapons.
So when he describes that, I would say, you know, I would kind of shake my head. He's dressed like a rogue. I don't trust dwarves, and I really don't trust rogues.
Especially when I'm playing them, right?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
No comment.
So I would, whenever they bring our food, I would ask.
All right, so skip ahead. She comes back with the food. She's got like another waiter in tow with her, handing out the food and the ale, because there's quite a few of you.
While they're sitting the food on the table, I would say, I noticed a friend as we were sitting down here, and I would describe what the dwarf. I would basically echo the description that Predwin gave me. I have not seen him in decades, and I think the person that I saw was here in the bar. And I would lay a silver piece out on the table. Would you be so kind as if you can find him? I know there's a lot of people in here right now. Would you be so kind as to take him an ale on me? If he's who I think he is, he's an old friend.
Of course.
Tell him his friends from the south.
She
would
just
like
kind
to
of
talk
looks
to him.
around. Okay, I will tell him if she's looking around if I can find him. I don't see anyone right off, but yeah, I will look.
He may have left, so it's just if you notice him, you're back and forth in the room a lot. Just tell him his friends from the south.
I did notice him. I did notice him. An odd character. I only got ale. Didn't have any food. Didn't talk a lot. Very odd. Are you guys in town for the festival?
Festival.
Yes. the festival to celebrate the champions.
We are not, but we would like to hear about this festival.
Oh yeah, it happens every year towards the end of the summer months. It's to celebrate the champions of the nine that long ago it is said that they saved everything. It's kind of a far-fetched story, I know, but probably not true. But it gives us something to celebrate.
I've heard this story. I heard there was one of them was a demon lord. I'm very sure I heard this story.
Well, you know more about it than I do. I just appreciate the.
Bring you business.
It just went crazy. Let's see. There we go. Came back. Sorry. I hit a button inadvertently and it just went, no. No.
Not going to do it.
Well, yep, there's several festivities set up. Lots of people selling food and drink, but of course, I would expect you guys to come back here. We do have rooms if you're looking for a room. We don't have a lot of rooms left, but best food and drink in the city for sure. Also, several games and stuff that are set up a little to the north in Old Town.
Whenever she says there's not that many rooms available, I would say, "What? That's a good point. I would rather not sleep outside. Do you have enough rooms for us for the night?"
I have 3 rooms. They each have a double bed in them.
How much for the rooms?
Well, right now it is going to run you probably about 7 gold with the festival going on.
I'll take out the 7 gold and put it down on the table and say, sounds reasonable to me.
Awesome. I will put you down for those rooms. What is the name that I can put down?
Put down.
I mean, do you have like a group name or Exile? Okay.
Yeah, just Exile.
Awesome. All right, so I will put that in, and if I'll check back with you guys in just a little while and get you a refreshment on the drinks there.
Sounds wonderful.
All right, and she turns and goes back to work.
I'll lean over to Alaric and say, You know that dwarf?
No, never saw him before. But the way Prugwin described him, he's definitely watching us for some reason. I don't trust dwarves, and I really don't trust thieves. So I'd like to know why he's watching us.
Oh, as would I. I'm just surprised. I've never seen a holy man who could lie quite so well.
It's not a lie. It's just a bit of persuasion. The gods work in mysterious ways sometimes.
They do.
Prugwin's just chowing down on his stew, and he he's never had ale before, so he starts to pick it up to drink and kind of looks at it, kind of smells it, and then kind of turns to Exar and says, "I think something's wrong with my water."
Oh, that's not water. That's they take malt and barley and they let it ferment in the water, and it just drink it. You'll feel great. Just after one or two, you'll forget about the smell and the taste altogether.
Krogwin just kind of, he looks a little confused and looks down at it and takes a little sip. Then his eyes get kind of wide. Then he takes a big gulp.
Prugwin's gonna be wasted.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
All right, so here's the question: how long do you guys stay here drinking? Or what's your next move?
Yeah, I mean, I would only stay, and I probably wouldn't drink more than one, but we just stay and eat, and
Okay.
and then kind of move back out. That's what I would think.
Yeah, I mean, we have rooms here, and I know it's a long shot. The trail's probably gone cold, but what do you say we try to look for a back door to this place? See if we can't see anything that might clue us in about where that dwarven fellow got to.
We'd have to ask them to. We can move around behind the building. Yes, I wouldn't want to try to move through their kitchens or anything.
No, of course.
But
Although,
yes.
would it hurt to go back and ask the kitchens if anyone moved back through there? I mean,
Might not be a bad idea.
if that is the only other way out. Did we ask the barmaid if there was another door? I can't remember. Did Alark ask her if there was another way out?
I did not.
Okay. Is it like a door back into the kitchen, or is there like a pass-through window there?
So there is there's all the tables out in front, and there's like a bar area in the back, and there's a door behind the bar. There's also a hallway to the side of the bar area that looks like it probably could lead back to some bathrooms or something.
And is there a second floor where the bedrooms are, the rooms?
Yes. Yep. So you would probably imagine that the staircase is probably somewhere in that back hallway as well. So.
Well, I guess before we leave, what do you say one of us, maybe someone who's a little more persuasive, can go ask the kitchens, and someone else maybe wander back, see if there's another way out by the bathrooms?
I'd be glad to just wander around. Yeah, and someone else should probably go try to persuade people in the kitchens.
Yeah, I don't think I'm the one for that task. But Galen, you seem a kind fellow. Why don't you go ask the kitchens, see if anyone passed through?
You only want me to find out if anybody passed through the kitchen? Like, we don't want to know about the other stuff we discussed before we came in town, right?
I mean, if the opportunity presents itself and it seems a good, I'll leave it up to your discretion.
Okay. I will go ask the kitchen staff.
All right. So to get to the kitchen, you have to kind of go behind the bar and into the kitchen. Seems to be the only way that you know of to get in there. Are you going down the hallway to look for another door, or are you just gonna walk behind the bar and
I need to talk to the chef.
describe how you're going about this for me, please?
Is there a bartender behind the bar at this present time?
Yeah, there's actually a couple. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The one closest to the door, is it male or female?
Yeah, let me look. Let's see. It is. I will roll for it. There's two of them, so we will just roll, and it is female.
Okay.
Halfling female.
Love you, Diz. Mean it.
She's got like long, dark, like black hair, very like dark brown eyes, and She appears to be standing up on something so that she can look over the counter. So,
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes.
I'm new to town, and I come from a ways away, and I noticed that y'all, the food that you serve, is lacking a little something for my taste. Is there a way that I could potentially get back there and ask the cook if he could add a little something to a dish for me?
She just seems confused. That's an odd request. Make a persuasion check.
That is a 22.
22. Okay. What the hell? It's a festival time. Sure. If you just want to go around the side here and in the back, his name is Fiven.
Five. Okay.
As you
Thank
walk
you very
behind,
much.
you see the other bartender who is also a halfling, but he's a male halfling. He's at the other end. As you walk behind the counter, you see that there is almost like a step behind the counter where they can step up on and be up to the height that they need to be above the bar. You walk into the kitchen. There's a lot going on here because it's still pretty busy. There's some waiters, waitresses kind of getting food and making their way past you. You see a half elf back behind that seems to be the chef with a couple of sous chefs, to this side. Of course, wearing white clothes and the white hat. He's got pointy ears, but they're not quite as big as the lady that owns the bar there. So
Yes, I'm looking for Fiven.
yeah, I'm Fiven.
Oh, hi. The little halfling girl at the bar told me that I could come back here and have a conversation with you.
Yeah, something wrong with your food?
No, not at all. Has there been and I clear my throat because of who I'm about to say. Has there been any dwarves come through here that were dressed in armor with a hood over their head? And then I finished the description of what Prugwin told us.
He kind of looks over his shoulders. One of the sous chef is a dwarf. Wearing armor. So make another persuasion check.
That is a 18.
18. I haven't seen any dwarves come through. Just Roy over here. He's the only one. He's not wearing armor. So roll an insight check.
Okay. Insight. That is a 15 because I do not have any pluses.
15. He seems to be a little nervous.
At which point, me being an elf, I'll lean in and say an elf, hoping that he hears it or can understand it. Is there something wrong that you feel intimidated by? Is it me, or is there something else going on that you can't discuss in this room?
There's nothing wrong. I don't know what you're talking about. We're just really busy.
Your hand's shaking, and there's more sweat than normal for a cook. And it didn't happen until after I brought up the dwarf.
All right, make an intimidation check now.
Ooh, I'm good at those. That is a dirty 20.
Usually when you say that, the dice counteracts what you say. So.
Yeah.
Uh, no, nothing's wrong. No, we're just busy. I'm shaking because I apologize. I drink a little too much. I know. It causes me to shake. So and I probably shouldn't do that on the job. So that's why I'm nervous.
I don't think that you're telling me the truth.
About that
I
time you
did-
hear someone clear their voice right behind you. Can I help you? As you kind of turn and look, you see it is Miley.
Oh, the gracious host of this tavern. Maybe you can help me.
I would hope I can. Do you need a job? Because you're in my kitchen.
Actually, the person that was mentioned at the table that we discussed with you,
Yes.
we
I
had
still
a
haven't
thought
found
that
him.
possibly he came through here, and when I asked your chef, he got rather nervous and scared, look in his eyes like he was hiding something, or maybe I was scaring him for some reason over asking a simple question.
Oh, I don't know what that would be.
I
She
just
looks around
simply
the
asked
side.
if the dwarf had come through here.
Odd. If he would have came through here, I'm sure he would have told you. That would be an odd thing. I would have told you, because why would he be in my kitchen as well?
Well, I would agree that it would be odd, but at the same time, you've been so busy out on the floor that it would be very hard for you to be perceptive of everything going on in the tavern with so many people. He, however, should know who or what has come through his kitchen if he's the one in charge.
That is true. Fiven, have you seen this dwarf? No, ma'am. I've not seen a dwarf besides Roy.
There's that
Now-
tremble again.
You wouldn't be coverings for someone, would you? Is it one of your friends again? He's got his head kind of down. You cannot be covering for these guys. You cannot be slipping them food and free drinks. I will talk to you later, after the service. I'm sorry, I did not get your name.
Oh, I am Galen.
Oh, Galen.
Galen Verona.
Can we go back outside and speak? It is very hot in the kitchen here.
Just one thing before we leave. Is there any exit from the kitchen to the outside?
Well, yes, there is a back door.
Are you too busy to be able to go and at least step to the back door with me in case the person we're looking for decides to try to sneak back in?
Odd request, but yes. You seem very
you're wanting to
concerned
talk.
about
It's
this
cooler
dwarf.
by the door, correct?
It would be, yes. Yeah. Well, let's go then. And she leads you around, past all the sous chefs, past Fiven, and there is a door just at the end of the kitchen. Door seems to be closed. She turns a knob. It doesn't seem to be locked. And walks out into the back alley there. There's like some garbage cans. There's another building pretty close by. You're still cobblestone streets, kind of extend down this alley here. And she kind of closes the door, leaves it a little gap in it there.
So, what were you wanting to talk to me about?
I didn't want to talk to you about anything particularly. I just thought our conversation would be better suited outside of that hot kitchen.
So do I take it that your chef has been allowing miscreants or less flavorful creatures to come through and skimp on some meals and some drinks?
He has a lot of talent as a chef, for sure, but his background is not very desirable. He had some time on the streets, and he got into some trouble. And a lot of these friends, they just won't leave him alone.
Do you know where these friends congregate when they're not trying to take advantage of his generosity?
I do not know that much about them, no.
I'd say it'd be far pressed to get him to give me that information, considering that I had him shaking just by asking a question.
Yes, I would rather you not now, preferably. If you want to talk to him after service this evening, that would be fine.
What time should I come back to have this conversation with him?
She kind of is looking up at the sky. Goodness, what time is it? They usually don't get out of here until midnight.
Okay.
After they've cleaned up.
Then I shall return after midnight and ask him again when he's less busy and maybe has a clearer head of being able to talk instead of having his task on cooking.
I would appreciate that. Now, shall we go back to your friends? Also,
Yes.
I don't know that much about you. Where are you coming from, anyway?
Where am I, or where are my group of friends and I coming from?
Well, either or, I guess. I thought you guys were all together.
Well, you see, I'm looking for somebody, and I stumbled across them on the road from Baldur's Gate.
Oh.
So I joined them because it's sometimes harsh for a lonely traveler or adventurer to be on the road for days at a time by themselves. So I joined them. Graciously, they allowed me to accompany them to Daggerford. But from my knowledge, they're also coming from Baldur's Gate. We just left at different times, I guess, because I was not there when they departed.
Well, excellent. That is quite a long journey to come here for the festival. But I'm sure they will enjoy themselves. And you as well.
One question, though. Have you seen anyone that looks like me come through this town? Maybe stop into your tavern?
Looks like you. An elf?
Not necessarily just an elf. Same color skin. Same color eyes.
I don't know. I see a lot of people. I see a lot of elves.
Yes, but we sun elves are somewhat different than most of you. You
are for sure. No, we don't really see that many sun elves. No. To clarify, yes, sun elves, we don't see that many.
So it would stick out if you would have seen one anytime recently.
I usually remember a face, and I don't remember any sun elves, really.
Okay. So either he did not come into your establishment, or he didn't come through this town. One of the two. I guess my search is still on.
Daggerford is a big city, so... And as much as I like to think that we are known worldwide, there are lots of restaurants and other establishments that he could have frequented.
Have you, during the festival or any time prior to the festival, have there been any extra military presence?
I wouldn't say any extra. There's some that wander in from Baldur's Gate from time to time. It's not unusual.
Have you seen any or heard of any generals coming through here anytime recently?
Generals?
Yes.
No, I have not.
Well,
That is very interesting.
From the looks of the soldiers at the gate, they need somebody up here because their lackadaisical ways of us entering the city and not even caring to check or talk to us, that needs to be addressed.
I would say so, yes. Especially where we're so close to the gate down here.
So maybe if I make it back to Baldur's Gate anytime soon, I will try to address to have somebody sent up here to whip them in shape.
I would appreciate that, sir. Greatly.
Well, like I said, thank you for the conversation. But like I said, I will try to come back around midnight to possibly have a conversation with Ivan about what seems to be worrying him about my presence.
Yes, that would be fine. All right, let me escort you back to your party. And she takes you back through the kitchen and out through the front there.
Thank you for your time, and hopefully we can chat again later.
I'm sure we will.
While all that was happening, while he was talking there outside, I want to kind of look back through by the bathrooms. If I find the staircase, maybe look upstairs, see if there's anything at all that might be of interest or give some clue as to where this fellow might have gone.
All right. So
I know that Alaric said that he was going to take a walk around as well. I don't know if you want to join me in that, Alaric.
I was actually going to walk around the back of the building.
I got you. Okay, so I'll take a look around the inside then while he walks around the outside.
Okay. So, Galen, when you return, a couple of your party members are missing, as they've kind of went on their own little quests here. We'll take Alaric first. So as you go out the front, there's still plenty of people out in the streets, drinking, having a good time. You kind of go around the side and look. I mean, the alley looks normal. You probably catch a glimpse of Galen and Miley chatting down at the end of the alleyway. You see a number of like just garbage cans and stuff like that along in between the two buildings there. And then you see them go back inside, Alaric.
Okay. Don't see anything else though.
Nope. No, I mean, nothing of interest really. I mean, it's just the alleyway. You don't see anybody like lurking or anything like that.
Okay. Now, I would just make my way back around the building and go back in the front.
Okay.
At this point, Prugwin's up working on his 7th mug of ale.
I'm gonna need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
If none of the party members are around him, he just kind of looks over at a random guy and says, "Have you ever had this water? It's great."
Have I made it back to the table yet?
Yeah, you would have made it. As you're coming back to the table, you would see Prugwin just kind of leaning over on this half orc, just talking to him.
Hey, Prugwin.
Huh?
Hey, our table's over here.
Oh, which one?
Right here, and I'll guide his shoulder to his chair.
He
This
starts
table.
kind of walking toward the wall.
Like, hey, maybe you should pace yourself a little bit more.
Pace.
Go drink slower.
Okay.
Is there a waitress walking by anywhere near?
Yeah, I would say there's somewhere in the vicinity. Yeah.
Excuse me, can we get a pitcher of water to the
Water?
table, please?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Thank you.
She goes off to get the water. All right, Exire, as you're kind of going in the back here, you do find a couple bathrooms. You find a staircase that leads up. There's no door outside from here. As you go up the staircase, there's a number of like doors here, and then kind of goes down and kind of crooks around the side. The question is, I mean, it's just a hallway. All the doors are closed. Whether you want to open doors or not, that's the question. Or listen to doors, or
Yeah, I think I want to go down and I want to just kind of listen at the doors, see if there's see what I can hear, and then, look and see if, I guess at this point, just go and listen at doors.
okay. All right, so just roll me a perception check, just in general, as you're checking the doors.
That's a natural 20 plus 2, so 22.
22. Okay. Sometimes the natural 20s aren't the best. As you come to the first door, it sounds like some people are in there and they're having a pretty good time with each other in that room. As you go on to a couple other rooms, you don't hear anything. You get to one room and you hear a couple of voices like talking back and forth in like a very hushed tone. Even with that natural 20, you can't really make out exactly what they're talking about. It seems to be aggressive though, a little bit. So
let's see here then. Let's have a little bit of fun. That's too much fun. Can I step back about 30 feet?
okay.
And then can I cast Mage Hand?
Okay.
That's 30-foot range. And can I just use Mage Hand to try the door?
Sure. Yep.
Well, you said the hallway curved around. If I were to like hide behind that curve, would I still be within range to try to Mage Hand that door and kind of like peek around the corner, try to stealth back there a little bit?
Yep. So just go ahead and roll a stealth check so we know where you stand on that.
That is a 17.
17? Okay. So you cast Mage Hand, and it kind of floats around the side, and it goes right up to the door, and you're concentrating on it to grab the doorknob. It grabs it, and it tries to turn it, but it seems to be struggling with it.
Okay. I'll have it stop trying to turn the door and instead just have it knock on the door. Can Mage Hand knock?
Yeah, I mean, I think it could knock, yeah.
All right, so I'll have it knock on the door.
All right, and then it's just kind of floating there.
And then I'll have it come back towards me.
Starts floating back towards you. As somebody you hear footsteps and then the door opens and you see somebody peeking out.
Can I see it all? What they
roll another perception check.
Oh, man.
It's pretty hard. I'm gonna say maybe with disadvantage because it's just like a slit.
No,
I mean, it's just
20 again.
It's just a slit.
All right, fine. Oh, not as good. It's a 10.
A 10.
The natural 20 and an 8.
I mean, you could probably tell that the person has like blonde hair, and that's probably about it.
Can I see like height wise? Do I see like where their like head poked out of the door?
It's hard to say, but I mean, the head seems to be kind of close, not actually right on the door handle, but like I'd say maybe a foot above it. It's
Okay.
hard to tell height. The person
Yeah.
could be crouched over, or but
For sure. All right, I'm gonna wait till he goes back inside then,
okay,
and then I'm gonna knock again.
okay.
Just have it go away again. Wait.
This time the door opens again, just a little bit. You can roll another perception check if you want, with disadvantage.
No, I'm just trying to see if I can get him to like actually step out into the hallway.
Step out.
Yeah.
Yep. So you just see somebody kind of peeking out and close the door and locks it back.
Knock again.
All right. As the third time, they pull the door open and step out in the hallway. It seems to be a young girl, like probably in her 20s, human, blonde hair, just kind of hanging down, blue eyes, dressed like she was getting ready to go out on the town. She's just looking around, says, "Whoever's doing that, you need to stop."
I'll come around the corner, but I want to kind of try to make it seem like I just came out of my room, maybe around the corner, and I'll say, "Is everything all right out here?"
She backs up against the wall. As I would say that even if you're not trying to be menacing,
Yeah.
you can come across as a little menacing, especially one-on-one.
For sure.
You see her back up against the wall. Says, "Everything's fine. Someone is playing a trick. Is it you?"
No, I just heard the commotion. It sounded like you were distraught out here in the hallway. I wanted to see if I could be of assistance. Do you need
I'm
anything?
distraught because Stacy won't come out of the room and go out with me.
Going out for the festival.
Yeah.
Where are you headed?
We were heading to the old town. There's supposed to be some presentation up there.
Oh yes, my
There's
my
also
friends-
some games, and I really want to see these games.
Yeah, my friends and I are headed that way as well. We were gonna check out the festivities. Perhaps would Stacy feel more comfortable traveling in a larger group? We could accompany you up there.
And she leans back in the door. Stacy, would you feel better if some older guys escorted us? And you hear her say, "No, it's not working. But thank you for trying." And she goes back in and closes the door.
Well, I tried. All right, I'm gonna leave, and then as I leave though, before I because I still have Mage Hand up, so as I'm walking down the stairs, I'm just gonna have Mage Hand knock again on the door, and then I'll dispel it after it knocks.
You just hear just like curse words like out in the hallway as you leave.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I'll head back downstairs to the table.
Okay. All right. So party's back together again. Just to catch you up, Russ, you're in the city of Daggerford. There seems to be a festival going on. It's late in the evening. You guys have got rooms at this tavern that you're at. There was a dwarf who had like a hood up, who was kind of like checking you guys out, and now he's disappeared. I think that's about it. And they've been kind of trying to figure out where the dwarf is.
Okay. And I didn't vamp out during my absence. I was just like powered down or some shit.
Yeah, you just weren't talking. Yeah.
I think you did some pretty good damage in one of the fights though. So good job.
You did.
I don't know how because I got shit for spells. Lost.
Yeah, you were just in autopilot mode, right? Just
He was installing updates.
Please wait.
Please wait.
yeah, you run Windows 10. You don't have an option of when it happens. It's just gonna happen.
That should totally be a disadvantage for that race.
runs on
Yeah.
Windows 10.
Roll a D100 when entering combat, and on a roll of 5 or less, your system shuts down for mandatory updates.
That's
What
amazing.
what really should happen is when you pick Warforged, you should have to roll to see what OS you're running. So
Roll for operating system.
Yeah.
you're running Vista. Oh God!
Or worse, you
I got
run a Mac,
XP.
run a Mac OS, and you're convinced that you're the best Warforged on the planet, and all others are subservient to you.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Or you're running Linux, and you know you're the best Warforged.
Oh god, I love it.
Yeah.
I love
No
it.
one can mind control you because they can't hack you. So
You have a unique, like 47 letter hexadecimal password that unless they know that, you're completely immune to all charms.
if you guys didn't know, this group is filled full of IT guys. So
As if you couldn't tell.
all right, so you guys are back at the table. The bar's still pretty crowded. Festival's still going on. It's probably like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the evening. So
Have we long rested since our fight?
Yes.
yes, you have.
Thank
you.
Brooklyn
is-
just kind of sitting there, just staring at everybody, smiling real big.
Yeah, when I walk back in, do I notice that Prugwin is just shit faced? I mean, is he just gone?
It's pretty obvious. Yes, he's just got that 1,000-yard stare going. Just
Is everyone back at the table when I come back downstairs?
yeah, everyone's there.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to the bar before I go back to the table, and I'm gonna order 2 shots of whiskey.
Okay.
Walk up to the table and just like kind of nudge up next to Prugwin and kind of elbow him in the side a little bit. Then I hand him a shot of whiskey and say, "If you think that water was good, take a drink of that. Just drink it all at once."
Progan just kind of looks at it and just downs it.
I down mine as well.
Okay. All right. What do you guys want to do now?
Well, I mean, I would relay back that I didn't see anything, and I'm assuming we've all had these conversations by now that nobody really saw where the dwarf went.
Well, let me just say that I had a very interesting conversation, and Stacy is being a bitch right now.
But what about
She won't come out. She won't go to Old Town for the festival.
what about Stacy's mom?
Well, she's got it going on, but no, but this festival up at Old Town, we have what? Galen, you said midnight is when we need to be back here to.
Yeah, Miley said that at midnight that Fiven should be done with his cleaning after the bar's closed and everything, and we should be able to question him on what's really going on because he is very shaken. I don't know if it's because he saw me and maybe he's seen somebody like me before and he's worried, or if he's afraid that his friend got busted for whatever their plans are and he's scared.
I have a
But-
suggestion on that then. I don't think we should wait until midnight to come back. I think we should come back well before then. Because
I mean, I agree. We shouldn't wait till they
Yeah.
have a chance to leave.
yeah,
but-
yeah.
Did I get to see Josh's character when I was out talking to her in the alley, or was I not paying attention to that?
I don't think you were paying attention to it. Yeah.
But
He was
but
at
there
the
is a
end of the
door-
alley. Yeah.
Okay, but there's a door that leads out of the kitchen straight to the dumpsters or trash cans, so we could station at least a couple people here or there in case he tries to bolt for it or something when we go to talk to him.
Sounds good.
It sounds like we have a couple hours to kill then if we don't need to be here for about 3 more hours or so to make sure we're here with plenty of time to to catch them. What do any opposition to heading up to Old Town? There's supposed to be a presentation of sorts, I gather, up there tonight. I'm a little intrigued as to what that might be.
I have
mean-
no problem doing that.
I'm fine with going. Somebody needs to kind of babysit Prugwin though, because when I came back to the table, he was leaned up on this half orc 3 tables over, having some discussion with him about drinking water, and he about walked into a wall. Like, so somebody's gonna have to watch him.
Oh, have you seen how tall he is? He'll be fine. There's also games up at Old Town, and that a little friendly competition is never a bad thing.
So, question about the shield.
Yep.
That's something that I would probably leave in a room, because that's, a tower shield is a very large. I'm trying to understand the mechanics of, if I'm not actually wielding it.
If you're not wielding it, it doesn't like if you just got it on your back, it doesn't prevent you from moving. It's just when you're holding it, it kind of offsets you, it really leans you to one side almost. So it really throws you. Well, as long as it's like centered on your body, you can, D&D characters are pretty strong usually.
Okay, all right.
Oh, so you guys know, Josh's character there, Alaric, has a really, really big shield.
Lark, I can't believe I've never realized that shield on your back before.
It's been there the whole time.
Wow.
Shiny. It's very heavy too.
Can I try to flag down just one of the barmaids or something and just ask her about how far it is for us to get to Old Town and see if we can get directions over there?
Yeah, they tell you if you just follow the main strip, you'll run into the large cathedral. And if you just kind of follow it around and kind of just head north, you'll go right through. Just make sure to stay left of the large castle, and you'll run right into Old Town.
Do they say about how long of a walk it is from here?
Oh, from there, it's probably, I don't know, like 20-minute walk.
Okay, so we'd have time to walk up there and look around and still get back in plenty of time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, what do you say we go check out the festivities, right? We're in town. Shouldn't pass up the opportunity.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
See what we can learn, and maybe I think we could all do with a little R&R after the past couple of days.
So we would, I guess we would head that way.
All right. So you guys head north. You go around the large temple, and it's kind of very centrally located. From there, you go on north a little ways, and as you get into this part of the city, you start seeing a lot of festival games set up. There's some sparring matches going on. There is a couple. There's there's probably about 5 people in a pen chasing a pig around, looks like they're trying to catch it. There is an arm wrestling table set up, and then you see a foot race going on over on the side there. And then you see this odd game where there's these 2 really big guys sitting at a table, and it looks like they should be arm wrestling, but they've got drinks in front of them, and one of them takes a drink and he slugs the other one in the face, and then the other one takes a drink and slugs the other one in the face, and they're just going back and forth with each other. And
when I see
then
that game, I look over at Prugwin and I nudge him and I go, that one.
Yeah. So Prugwin, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh god! I got a nat one.
Oh no.
Perfect. Bro, he stumbles and falls over the fence into the foot race and trips the guy running, falls like flat on his face. Like the guy would normally be mad, but he looks to be kind of hurt. He's like, oh, it's kind of bleeding from his face.
Help Preg run up and quickly usher him off.
Right, you pull him back over the fence. There also seems to be some guy doing like the shell game over there. There is. There's also, it looks to be like an archery range set up and some people shooting. So
I want to take a shot at the shells, Diz.
okay, all right.
My old robot has.
Come on, step up to the shell game here. You, metal man there, you look like you want to play. You got some fast eyes, don't you?
I have fast human eyes. You mean? Yes.
All right, so maximum bet is 5 gold. All you have to do is find the coin.
Do I have?
Are you-
You should have like
I would hope
4,000
so.
gold.
Yeah. I got a lot of gold. Okay, put down some gold.
All right. So here's what we do. You play the game. I roll to see where the coin ends up under the 3 shells. You roll a perception check, and if you roll high enough, you eliminate one of the shells that does not have the coin under it. Okay, so then it becomes, instead of a 33% chance, it becomes a 50-50 chance on where the coin is and whether you win or not. So, all right, how much are you betting?
You said 4 gold?
It's a maximum bet of 5 gold. So,
Okay.
so you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Yeah, 5 gold.
5 gold. All right. All right, I need a D10. That is not a D10. All right. This. All right. So it is placed. You've got left, right, and middle. And roll your perception check.
Ooh, a 22.
22. Okay. So the left one is eliminated. So you've got center or right.
And I have to player character guess these two, huh?
So you have to guess, yes. And what was your bet again? Was it 5 gold?
Yeah.
5 gold. Okay. You write that down too.
I believe it's in the center one.
Center one. Picks up the center one, is empty.
Oh.
Picks up the one on the right, there's the coin. Sorry, better luck next time. Would you like to go again? Whoa. We're all having just fun and games here, right? I mean, we're all having fun.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was customary. You do the, and then I yell. Is that not? Did I misunderstand?
That's fine. If you want to yell, just don't punch me. He puts the coin under, he's shuffling the shells around. You want to go again? How about you? Your friends look like they are lucky.
Yes, indeed. This one here, and I point to JD, is very lucky.
JD's not there.
May want to, huh?
JD's not there. JD went back to Baldur's Gate. So now you have Alaric.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so you weren't here last time.
We got to catch him up.
You have Alaric and you have Galen. They're both high elves. Turk is no longer with the party.
Turk died.
Turk died.
Turk fucking died. God damn it. Died broken heart.
Good game, Turk. Yeah.
I'm going
Thanks,
to
Rob.
put down 10 gold, 5 for each of my elven friends. I almost said friendos, but I'm not that guy anymore. And I'm gonna. They play next.
All right.
I'm sure one of them's gonna whip this fellow.
If we're gonna go up that high, he puts out 2 more shells on the table, and it's 5 shells.
Oh, that scoundrelly little bastard. That guy.
Let's see. So it would be that one.
Man, here I thought I was gonna get one up on you there.
All right, he starts moving all these shells around, and so you've got multiple people playing, right?
Yeah, 2.
All right, so they can roll perception checks, or whoever's going to be making the call.
Nat 20 for Galen.
Nat 20, okay. So who else was rolling? You paid for who else? Both the high elves?
And Alaric.
Alaric, roll me a perception check.
Okay. It's a 15 plus 4. It's a 19.
19, very good. All right, so that eliminates 3 of the shells, and it's either under the center one or the one immediately to its right.
Galen will look at Alaric and go, "You could pick."
I don't like games of chance.
Oh, come on, you stick in the mud. Let's do this.
I would
I
point
nudge
to
Alaric.
I would point to the one on the right. With disdain on my face. Just that one.
You see the guy's smile just kind of go off his face as he picks it up, and there's the coin underneath. He pushes back. He pushes out the 10 gold plus 10 more gold. So
I take all 20 of the gold.
so you're up 5 gold on him at the moment.
Ah. And then I think good day. And I walk away.
he takes the other 2 shells off and goes back down to the 3. All right. Is anybody else interested in any of these games that we have?
First off, DM, can I have a moment of thoughts on his misslip of the name he said
On the name that.
when he was talking about JD?
Oh yeah, you want to talk to him?
Is it
Yeah.
not JD? Did I get that wrong?
No. You got it right. But I'm talking about the fact that you said his name. Be like, who's this JD you spoke of?
Oh. Is JD no longer can Russ have some information here?
Oh no, JD
Sure.
JD hasn't caught up to y'all yet. He went back to Baldur's Gate. Y'all are weeks ahead of him. He's got to play catch up. So
Okay.
this is somebody for me to play until he catches up to y'all.
Okay, but he is
Yep.
coming back.
Yes, JD's not gone.
That's the plan. Yes.
That we
Hmm.
know of.
Allegedly.
But do you have the harness with you, or is that connected to me?
If you're wanting to keep the harness like we discussed, it's on your back still. It's like it would be like a camping pack where you've got the metal rails and then the backpack. It would fit on you like that, where it's kind of narrow enough just for a halfling to get on, and then your pack can sit over top of it comfortably.
So I'm going to turn my back and say, He's a small-ish, well, not ish, but small fellow who stands here and does battle. And then I sit like that for a while because I'm having a seizure.
So he's a member of your party that's short, and he stands on your back to do what exactly? For a ride? I turn around, look at everybody else. Is like, is he okay? Like,
He does this.
but that doesn't make any sense. Why would somebody just stand on his back to ride around?
And I
short?
guess he came to the conclusion that he needed to leave, and I'm sure that he will be back though.
Well,
Sorry? What happened?
do y'all want to see some of the best shooting you've ever seen in your life at the archery range? Because I'm a pretty damn good shot. I don't think anybody can beat me.
Oh,
Oh.
bold.
All right. Oh, let's see it.
All right, so you walk up to the archery range. As you kind of walk up, you see that there are 5 targets that the contestant can shoot at. Each target gets harder the further away it is. So the AC kind of goes up on you firing at them, of course. So each contestant gets 5 shots and can choose which target they want to aim at each round. And then the highest total score at the end wins. So you've got multiple people playing, and then they all shoot at the same time you shoot. So
How much is this game?
let's see. I didn't put a price on it. We will say it is 1 gold to play.
I'll look at the person running the booth and go, I want in on this.
All right. He takes your gold. You step up to the railing there. There's 2 other people shooting next to you. Looks to be a halfling, and on down from him, a human shooting against you. We will roll to see what their modifier is. And that's not a bad modifier for the one guy. And all right, so round 1, what you're going to do is you're going to fire your bow and apply, just like you're shooting at a normal target. You tell me what target you're shooting at, 1 through 5. That's the value of the points as well, 1 through 5. So if you shoot the first target's 1, the 5th target's 5th, 5 points, and so on. So you just tell me which one you want to fire at, and I'll tell you what the others hit. So first round, go ahead and roll.
Going after the 5th target.
Okay.
That's a 26 to hit.
26 hits. Just hits the 5th target. So the first person fires and at the 3rd target and misses. And the other person fires at the 3rd target and also misses. So 2 misses. They have 0 points. You have 5. So after round 1, 0, 0, and 5. All right. So round 2, you just tell me what you're firing at, and you go ahead and fire.
Going after 5 again.
Okay.
That's a 29 to hit.
That one hits as well. All right. So the other 2 just right in the center, almost splits the other arrow in half. The first guy shoots at the 3rd target and hits. The second guy shoots at the 3rd target. They both hit. So we got 3, 3, and 5 at the moment. So go ahead and roll again and tell me what you're shooting at.
10, right?
I'm sorry, 3, 3, and 10. Yeah, correct. 3, 3, and 5 for that round.
going for the 5th one again.
All right.
That is
So-
a 13 plus 10, so 23.
23 hits again. They both fire at the 5th target. The first one misses wildly. The second one hits the target. So at the end of that round, you've got 3, 8, and 15. Perfect score for Galen so far.
I'm
all
gonna look
right.
down. You said that the one to my right's the one that missed wildly.
Yes. Yep.
I'm gonna look over and go. You know, if you breathe slower, you have a better shot at hitting the target. Just to help you out on being able to shoot a little better.
At that, he pulls back and fires at the 5th target again. And
That
misses.
would be a 21 to hit.
21. That one hits as well. That guy that you were talking to misses. The other guy hits the 5th target. So he's a little behind you. So you've got 20 points. He's got 13, and the other guy has 3 points. All right, last round. I don't know if anybody can catch you at this point. So
At which point, not to try to be an ass, but I look and be like, see, your emotions are ruining your shots. You got to calm down and breathe.
mhm.
Which
So
is
that's a 27 to hit.
27 to
Final
hit.
Plus 10 to hit. Jeez.
All right, the first guy misses, second guy misses. So perfect score of 25. You just see the guy running the thing. He's just slow clapping. Just so everyone, we have our first perfect score of the festival. And you see people stop and they just start applauding. So and then you get paid out for making a perfect score. You get 9 gold.
9 gold. All right. At which point, Galen will turn around and be like, so, do you think anybody can outshoot me?
I mean, you can't score higher than a 25, so no.
I meant in general on anything that of people you know.
I do know one guy.
Oh, yeah? Is it that JD guy he mentioned?
It might be. Now, tell you what, when we
Little
meet him again,
half-ass.
yeah, when he meets back up with us, we'll have the two of you have a nice long conversation.
I mean, you know, when I'd like to meet him because if he can give me a run for my money, then I'd like to see what kind of bow he uses.
Oh, his bow is very interesting indeed.
What does it look like?
It's smaller than yours, more compact.
So he shoots a crossbow?
It's like a crossbow. It fits in one hand.
So he made a hand crossbow?
Yes.
I definitely want to see that then if he has a hand crossbow.
Yeah.
I don't see how he can be that accurate and get that far if he's got a hand crossbow. That
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
This is doing this to taunt me because McCall would be able to shoot like the other side of the planet and win this contest. I see what you're doing. I just want you to know I don't appreciate this at all.
But McCall was much higher level than Galen. Josh,
yeah.
come on now.
Oh, I know.
What other games were there? There was the arm wrestling. There was the drink and punch each other.
Yep, there is sparring matches, greased pig, arm wrestling, a foot race, punch drunk, shell game which you guys played, and archery.
While they're gaming, I'm just wandering around watching the crowd. I'd like to see if our dwarven friend might just be hiding in the crowd. I mean, I'm not overly perceptive. Well, I'm fairly perceptive, and I'm not walking around looking like I'm searching for someone.
Okay.
But so I'm just kind of meandering through the crowd with the goal of just kind of looking for that person.
Okay. So just roll a perception check as we're doing this other stuff, and I will tell you
Okay.
as
Alright.
it comes up as you're wondering about.
I don't find shit. You don't have to tell me anything.
I'm gonna.
Exire, that drinking punching game looks like it'd be interesting, but I don't know if we should be drinking and beating each other when we've got to go do something at midnight.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at Prugwin. I'm gonna lead Prugwin over to the punch drunk game. I'm gonna look at Galen, and I'm gonna say, he's already too far gone. He's not gonna be sober by midnight. We might as well take advantage of this. And I'll go up to the guy that's running punch drunk, and I'll say, how much for this?
Let's see. Punch drunk is 2 gold per contestant.
Is there a reigning champion right now?
There is. His name is Vardic.
All right, 5 gold that my my Furbolg friend can take Vardic.
All right. We will see. One moment. He walks over to this like dwarf, and he's like, could you move out of the way? And then you didn't notice behind him, but there is this half orc just standing there. He's just flexed out. You can just see his back just rippling with muscles. He's like, excuse me, Vardic. And he turns around. He's like, what do you want? We have a challenger. And he looks over and says, he just looks confused. He's like, well, this is going to be easy. He goes over and gets the chair and sits down in it. And is just waiting for you to sit down.
So I
I
guess,
don't even understand. I don't know if Prugwin understands what's going on right now.
I don't know.
To be fair.
I think XR probably have to lead him to the chair.
All right, come over here, sit down. All right, you take a drink of this, and then you punch him in the face.
Is this the water? Good water?
Yes, this is the good water.
I like the good water. Why do I have to punch him? I'm not mad at him.
He's a bad man. We don't like him.
I'm gonna lean over to Prugwin and go, he said all clerics suck.
Ooh,
Oh,
did say that.
that's not nice.
Yeah, he said that.
He just kind of looks at him. Why would you say something like that? That's not nice.
He's just looking at you, his tusk kind of sticking out. He's got like a mohawk that goes down back to the back, and like a rat tail hanging down over his shoulder off of the mohawk. He has like a scar coming down from one eye. And then they set the ale down in front of both of you, and Prugwin's just like,
The good water.
Oh, this is great.
all right, so here's how we play. We roll a Constitution saving throw as we drink that determines your modifier when you go to hit the other person, okay? It's going to be the first one to 5 hits, okay? First one to 5 hits. All right, so they set the L down in front of you guys, and he gets to go first since he is the champion. So he slams it back, and let's see. He actually misses that save, so it's a -1. And as he chugs it and goes, and then he puts the tankard down and just reaches over and just punches Prugwin right in the face. and that is going to be a 23 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. Well, 23 minus 1, so 22 to hit. Okay, so that one hits. So that's 1 for Vardek and Progwin. I need you to drink your ale, so roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
A 9? Okay. So that is a fail. So you have a -1 to the hit. So so roll just an attack, like just an unarmed attack at this guy. Yep.
Okay.
So that is a 9 minus 1, so an 8. So he just kind of hits him in the shoulder, just like lightly. He goes, you hear the half orc just kind of laugh, and then they bring some more drinks and set it down. He slams his back, and that is a success. Round 2, the DC goes up. And then he goes to hit, and that is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So that one connects as well. So Proglin's just like, "Wah." All right,
Ow.
go ahead and slam your ale down. Roll a con save.
Alright.
That's 6.
Man, I'm rolling
Okay.
low.
Yeah, that is a major fail. So you have -2 to the hit. So go ahead and roll your unarmed strike with -2. So 15. So 13 actually, it actually connects a little bit. So not a high AC on this guy, but so you connect on that one. All right. So next round, he slams his L, and that is a fail by, yep. So that is a -2 to his hit. And that will be an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That one hits. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll yours.
Alright. Finally.
Yep.
Well
So
done.
that is a success. So no penalty there. And just roll an arm. That is a
That
natural
one.
1. Okay. So you slam it down, and you just kind of you reach across and you tickle him. He's like, he slaps your hands down and pushes you, and you go back in the chair a little bit, and it gets back to the ground. He's just like, he's really confused at this point. So then they bring more ale and set it down, and he goes to drink. All right, so that is. So it is up to a 16 now. So he succeeds on that one. And then he goes to punch you. And he seems to be a little tipsy at this point as he misses you. And he just kind of shakes his head and stares at you. All right, so go ahead and roll your con save there.
11.
11? Okay, that is a fail. So you get a -2 on that. Because it's
Adam,
more
you're
than.
gonna have to buy some real dice, dude. I don't.
But a
I got a
19,
bunch, I'll
so
send you some.
that is a hit. As you kind of reach across, and this time you just punch him square in the nose, and he just. And it starts bleeding. He's just like. So then he gets his ale and starts to drink, and that is a success. And then he goes to hit, and that is a natural 1, guys. As he goes to hit, and he kind of falls onto the table and almost slides out of his chair and gets back up. He's just like wipes the blood off of his nose. All right, go ahead and roll your rolls.
Alright. 9 con.
Okay, that is a fail, so that is a -2.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, that is awful. Yes. So, and you just kind of you swing and it almost looks like you're just swatting at flies in the air.
As this
Alright,
was
we're up.
happening, I would wander back over and lean down to Exire and go, how long do we let this go on?
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the most fun I've had in weeks.
All right, that is a fail on the con save for the orc as he kind of burps. He's like, "Ooh." It almost looks like he throws up a little in his mouth, and then he goes to hit, and he just misses completely. He's just all right. Prugwin.
5.
A 5. Yep, so that's a -2.
Oh man.
Go ahead and make your strike. A 6. At this point, it's getting very pitiful. Okay. All right. So. All right. That is. I rolled a natural 2 for him on his con save. He's just like. And he goes to swing, and he actually connects this time. He just. It's almost like he's falling into your face, and he hits. All right, go ahead and roll your rolls. He has 4 points. You only have 2.
No problem.
7.
Oh yeah. You just see Progwin kind of turning every shade of like purple and blue, and
This is the first time Prugwin's drank anything too.
13 actually connects though. It's like he's starting to. He looks like he's going to hit him with his right hand in slow motion. All of a sudden, his left hand comes across out of nowhere. All right. So we're up to a 24 DC. So that is a fail for the half orc, and he rolls a let's see. That is a 16 to hit.
That misses.
That one misses. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got.
All right.
4 to 3.
Ooh, 22.
That's good. Yes.
5.
That is actually still a fail, but
Yeah.
it's really good though.
So -1 is all.
Oh, so 11. That is actually a miss. So all right. So the DC is up to 26 now. I don't even know if I should roll con save. All right. So that is a massive fail, even though I roll a 16.
Jeez.
So that is a 18 to hit.
That hits.
All right, so on this last one, he just goes, just strikes down with the back of his hand and hits you right in the forehead, and you're just like, you fall back in your chair, and the chair tips backwards. You just hit the ground. All right.
What was this
And he
half-orc's
goes,
name?
Vardic. He's like, oh, Vardic, yeah. Yeah, and he almost finna fall. As he goes over and gets his gold.
I'll walk over and help Prugwin up, and as I'm lifting him up, I cast Cure Wounds on him because he looks a little beat up to me.
All right, as you're picking him up, Prugwin, roll a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Nat 20.
Oh,
He's like, I'm fine.
he's like, and you're gonna just put your hand on his chest and cast those, and he goes, swallow. You see him swallow it back down.
Now, when it's that far out, just let it come out.
What was gonna happen was whoever came over to help him up was gonna get just
Get the
like
spew.
splattered. Yeah, but good roll. All right. Prug was still kind of woozy, but feeling a little bit better from that.
Go over and pat him on the shoulder and say, that was entertaining. Thanks.
He's got like
That hurt.
the wounds have healed, but he's got like dried blood coming out of the side of his mouth and out of like one of his nostrils.
Can I walk over to the foot race?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is this just like a one-on-one foot race?
Yeah, it looks like one-on-one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Apparently.
Yeah, I'll walk up and I'll ask him how much to race.
1 gold.
Perfect. Here you are.
All right. And you kind of step up to the starting line there, and like a half elf is like stretching, and he comes over. And he's wearing like these shorts, and you're wearing like full armor.
So, quick question, DM. It doesn't say here, so I assume no. But my blood curse of binding, that doesn't have any verbal somatic component, right? It just says as a bonus action, I can do it.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't say that there's a verbal component or have any flavor text that kind of implies that, then I would say not.
I attempt to bind a creature I see within 30 feet of me. They have to succeed in a strength saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So I wouldn't think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
All right. So I need you to roll. Let's see. It's determined by the characters. Okay. So what is your movement speed? Is it just 30?
30, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you have no true bonus here to the thing. If you had like more movement speed, you would have a natural bonus to this game. Each round, the contestants roll a d20 plus the before mentioned modifier, which there isn't one for either contestant. And the first one to reach a total of 100 wins. So we just roll off on d20s, straight d20 rolls, and see who gets to 100 first.
Okay. At the start.
Of course, if you do that, then the first round he wouldn't roll anything because he can't move.
Yeah, at the start, I'm gonna amplify a blood curse of binding.
Uh-huh.
I take 1 damage, and he needs to make a strength saving throw of 14.
Okay. Of course, this is a made up character, so he doesn't have a strength bonus. So being a half elf, I will roll like a d4, and we'll see what his strength bonus might randomly be.
Okay.
Just to be fair. All right. Okay, I got that. It's not bad for a half elf. All right. And that is a dirty 20.
Oh, dang it. All right. He succeeded.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if he knows that
it almost feels like his muscles try to lock up on him, and he just kind of stretches out a little bit as he's probably thinking it's muscle cramps or something.
All right.
All right. So first round, roll a d20.
11.
Okay, he got 4, so he's a little behind. All right. So next round.
Oh, a 3.
13.
Ooh.
Pulls back ahead and actually takes the lead slightly.
12.
12 and 13.
Oh, no. He's pulling ahead.
All right.
10.
10 and a 17. This guy's fast.
He's booking
All right,
it.
let's see where we're at so far. That is, you're at 35, and he is at 10, 7, 1, 2, 47. 35 and 47. All right. Oh, here we go. Ooh, that is an 18.
Also an 18.
Nice. All right.
Still up by 12, though. 15.
10. All right. Gaining back a little bit. So where are we at there? That is 20, 33, so that's 68. And that is 75. 68 and 75, so it's pretty close. All right, so you rolled a 4 and I rolled a 10. So that's 72 and 85. All right.
And then I rolled a 3.
And a 15.
Yeah,
unless you're doing anything else, that is 100.
Yep. Dang. gonna like out of breath run up behind him and go, it's the armor, it's the armor.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good race. I almost cramped up there at the start.
Yeah,
but,
make sure you stretch. Make sure you stretch.
Yeah, good run, man.
Good job. What was your name?
Oh, good question there. Hang on.
Alice. Speedy.
Wilfer.
Wilfer.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Wilfer. Exire. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. We'll have to do this again sometime. After I catch my breath.
Yeah. Say, Wilfer, you. Woo. Sorry. What can you tell me about this presentation going on here soon? What's going on there?
Yeah. So it's in front of the magic school there. It's about the champions. They do it every year. They built the old the school, the Arcane school there around the old site where the champions defeated some great demon thing. Whatever the fairy tale is.
Right. Well, hey, it's good race, and I hand him my water skin. Say,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, take a drink.
Thanks a drink. Hands it back.
Yeah, take it back. See you around, Wilfer.
See you, man. And all right. So, any other games you guys are interested in?
Not me, no.
Wait,
That one is definitely not.
there was an arm wrestling one, right?
There was arm wrestling, yes.
Fantastic. I'm gonna walk over to arm wrestling, and I'm going to say, well, first of all, how much for the arm wrestling?
It is 3 gold.
3 gold. I take out 6 gold. I'm gonna say, Huck, you're made of metal. You're probably pretty strong. Come over here, Huck, and look across the party and go, Alaric, I bet you can take him.
Oh man. Well, I don't mind if I do. Then I could use an upper body workout.
Excellent.
What
Alright,
do you
so
say,
Lark.
Halark would roll his eyes a little, and then he would walk over and sit down.
Ugh. I could totally envision this too.
All right,
man.
so you guys
Too
lock
bad Turk's not here for this one.
hands, and there's a little handle on the table where you can kind of grab it with your other hand.
I'm not sure what to do with the handle. I don't grab that part.
You don't even grab it. Yeah, it's a metal arm on the table. All right, so this is just strength checks against each other. Okay, and as you do it, you move into the various positions until you slam the person down or they fight you back to the other side. All right, so you start at center, and both of you roll a strength. Is it just a strength check? It's not a saving throw.
Okay.
So it's just D20 plus your strength mod.
Well, in roll 20, you would just click on the actual strength, right?
I am not sure. It may add your proficiency modifier if you do that, but we can subtract that if it does. So it just did a D20 plus strength, so that's fine. So yeah, yours is correct. Yeah, so 21.
Okay.
And Josh rolls a 14. All right, so you just feel Huck just kind of slides you over into the first position. All right, you guys roll again.
How many positions did you say there was?
So there is 1, 2, 3, and then 4 slams. So
On each side. So there's
4 on
8.
each side. Yeah. So and then the center, of course. So that's like a full spectrum of a 9. So, yep. So
Oh, I still
Huck
won.
barely wins and pushes him down. So 2 slots. So pretty close.
No.
Oh, natural 1. Oh, so you push him back to middle with the natural 1.
Ooh.
He rolled a 3.
I've rolled 2 3s in a row.
I'm gonna take some really big breaths that don't actually do anything.
I rolled a natural 1 that time.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Back puts him back to where he was two slots over. Yeah. So
Nice. No.
another natural 1
And I rolled
and a
a
natural
one.
20. So it goes back to center, and then it goes like another 1 over from that.
Jesus.
So 10 and 10. You guys stay right there. One slot over onto Alaric's side. 7 and 16. Oh, 2 slots over. 7 and 7. Still 2 slots. This is like rock, paper, scissors.
It's the first time we've ever seen an elf actually sweat.
Oh, 3, almost down. One more roll, and Alaric slams into the table. 19 and 8 pushes him back 1.
Come on, nat 20.
13, 12. Oh, pushes him back up another 1, almost back to center. 13, 10, back to center.
Yeah.
21 and 17. Oh, 1 slot over.
Bringing it back, like over the top. Woo!
Oh, natural 20.
Natural 20.
Oh, 2 slots. So it's 1 slot. So now you're 3. One more good roll, and Huck slams him down. 18 and 10.
Yeah.
Fine. So this is how it went. He pushes you over, and then Huck lets you take him all the way almost back to the bottom, and Huck's just like like a pneumatic press. Just
with a big old eagle on the front and some weights in the middle, and I'm gonna find a child and I'm gonna go on a road trip. Yeah.
Huck's gonna start wearing like the tank top.
With his hat turned around back.
Hat turned around. Yes.
Oh, that's enough dating
I
myself.
stand up and I slap him on his arm, and I notice that he wipes the sweat, and he's not actually sweating.
Oh.
I slap him on his arm and say, well played, friend, well played.
And I take the money of the winnings. Never actually realized my character is greedy.
Turns out. Before we head over to this presentation, can I scan the crowd and see if I see Stacy and her friend?
Yeah. So just roll a perception check as you're looking through the crowd.
It's 17.
17.
What are you, like 800 years old or something like that?
Like 1100 or so.
Man.
Robbing the cradle.
Good lord.
No, you don't see him. No.
I'm going to keep my eye out for them when we're at the presentation.
Okay.
I want to tap her on the shoulder with Mage Hand. Torment this poor girl.
All right, so as you guys make your way on over to the presentation, just up the road a little bit, where the academy is, there is a stage set up in front of it. The academy is, you see like what looks like just like a wall around this area inside the city, and a big iron gate there. You can see through the gate, and inside you see these large like buildings. I'd say they're probably like at least 4 or 5 floors high, and they kind of make a U-shaped pattern around this other structure that stands a little taller than they are. It looks like an old like cathedral. It looks like it's been maintained, but it's still kept in like a very weathered look to it. like it's really old, and they probably want it to stay like it was, whenever this event happened. So outside the gate, they have a stage set up, and there is like all kinds of decorations about, there's like a banner that says Heroes of the Nine Hidden Lords Festival. And there's tons of people just out, and it's pretty late, but there's tons of people out in front of the stage there. Everybody roll a perception check to see what you kind of pick up on the side here.
Natural 20 plus 2,
Ooh.
so 22.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
nat 1.
That makes sense.
Mine's an 11 with the modifier 7 on the dice, so I don't notice a whole lot of nothing.
All right. So we're taking the highest roll here. That is our natural 20. And so as you guys are approaching, you're kind of looking around for Stacy and her friend, and you kind of look over and you see a couple of gnomes. you see a couple of gnomes off to the side, and there's some other gnomes back behind them, and they seem to be kind of like having a heated discussion about something. The one is wearing a very nice suit. The other one is wearing a suit as well, but not quite as fancy. The other one's holding like a top hat in his like left hand, as he's just kind of shaking his hand at the other one.
Can I understand, or are they speaking common? Can I hear what they're saying if I get a little closer?
You can't hear it from here, but yeah, if you move closer.
Just like kind of pushing through the crowd, trying to look like maybe I'm trying to get a little better view, a better spot for the presentation.
You hear him say, "I thought this was going to be taken care of. You told me that this would be taken care of. You would find somebody who would find these missing children. I can't have this. We're about to do this presentation. We can't have this go wrong." He just says, I will find them. Yes. Yeah, you do your presentation. I will take care of this. I promise. You better. And he turns around and just kind of marches off towards the stage. What were you saying?
You said they were gnomes? Sorry.
They're gnomes, yes. Very small.
The one that said, "I will find them," is he still like standing there, or did he head off towards the stage as well?
He turns around and he kind of runs his hand through what little hair is on his head. It's kind of got the bald pattern of, like, it goes around in a circle, and there's the patch here in the middle and a bunch on the side, and it's kind of like it's kind of reddish, but it's no, red hair doesn't fade, so it's just red. Okay, red hair doesn't go white or gray, right? So so it's just kind of reddish hair, but it's very thin. And he turns around and he just looks very worried, and he looks up and he sees you staring at him, and he's like, you see him just marching towards him. Wait right there, mister. You look like an adventurer. I know you have a sword there, and yes.
I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but he was speaking a little loud. Missing children. Is everything all right?
Hush your voice. Come here. And you have to like lean down, wait. He's like 3 foot tall. He kind of leans in and whispers, "There's children missing from the academy."
Children missing.
It was just one, and then there was 2, and now there is 4 missing now.
4 missing children. And how long ago did they go missing?
It has been over a week now, and we can't have this. This is bad. This is bad PR. This is bad PR for the mayor. We can't have this.
Now, what is?
I'm sorry. It's not the mayor. He is the Duke.
Take a breath. It's all right, friend. What is now? I apologize. We are new in town. What is this academy here? What is the academy?
He takes a breath, like a deep breath. Takes a second deep breath. The academy is let me find the name of it here. Where did it go? It is the Daggerford Academy of the Arcane.
So a school for magic then.
Yes, mostly younger. There are some older, gifted people who come to the school.
And these 4 children missing, how old were they?
They were. Let me find their age. I do believe it was like 13. Yep. They were 13 in that age range. Maybe a little younger, a little older.
Right. And was there anything special about these 4 children, aside obviously from the fact that they're here at the academy for their arcane ability, I would assume?
I mean, some of them have rich families. Some do not. We haven't found any correlation.
Right. Were they staying in the same area of the school? Did they all disappear from the school? Were they out on some activity or training for the school when they disappeared?
They were. I don't have that information. You can talk to the professors though.
Talk to the professors, right? And what was your name, friend?
My name is Zhaozu.
Zazu?
Zhaozu.
Zazu. All right. Well, Zazu, I have some friends that we might be able to help with this. We do have certain skills and talents. Obviously, missing children is a terrible, terrible travesty. We want them found, I understand that, but we are very busy adventurers here with problems of our own. Is there any sort of payment, any sort of recompense you can offer us in exchange for finding these children?
Yes, of course. If you find them, I'm sure the Duke will pay you handsomely.
Right. And they were last seen here at the school?
As far as we know, yes.
Is there any information you have, Zaozu, that could be helpful, or do I need to go talk to these professors?
The professors would have more information than I would.
Right. Well, Zaozu, I will talk with my compatriots. We will have a conversation with these professors. Now, how do we get into the academy? Do we walk in? Do I say Zaozu sent me?
I would come back in the morning when the academy is open, and
Right.
you can come in and say that I sent you. Yes, and are you with what is the name of your party, or?
We're just a group. We don't have a name. We don't like titles,
Right.
We're not gonna try to label it. It's just more of just a thing right now. Just hanging out.
Just existing.
Okay.
Right, Zazu. We'll be back in the morning then.
Okay. Do you have a name?
Yeah, my name is Exire.
Excellent. I will tell the Duke.
No, Exire, not excellent. Exire.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Exire. I will tell the Duke that I have someone who is very qualified and will definitely take care of this for us.
You're yes, very good. Tell the Duke just that. We'll be here in the morning, assuming that my compatriots are open to the opportunity.
I will tell the Duke. Yes, yes. And he turns around and just scurries off. As you're kind of making your way back over to the party, the presentation starts up on the stage there.
All right.
You see a number of gnomes walk up onto the stage. There's probably more gnomes than you've ever seen. And let's see. All right. That is so slow. All right, so let me get back to my notes here. That is the wrong campaign. That's why I can't find my notes. All right, so you see a number of gnomes walk up on the stage. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 that walk up, and then you see the Duke walk up on there with his top hat on at this point. He walks to the front, and everybody's kind of clapping. As you're kind of walking back over, you notice there are a fair amount of gnomes in this crowd. You might not have noticed before. And he walks over and says, "Welcome everyone to the..." Let me think, which one is this? This would be like the 500th Festival of the Champions. Everybody's yay! And then he kind of goes through and starts presenting and says, "We're honored to have the masters of the guilds throughout Daggerford," and then he starts introducing each one. The Tanner's Guild, we have Yeadon, and a male gnome kind of bends over. From the Alchemist Guild, we have Yoza, and a female gnome walks forward and kind of bows. And the Smith's Guild, Towin, another male gnome, walks forward and kind of bows. And then from the Shipwrights Guild, we have Lanzu, another male gnome, kind of comes forward and bows. From the Masons Guild, we have Over, and another male gnome kind of bows. From the Carpenters Guild, we have Helza, and a female gnome walks forward and bows. From the Weavers Guild, we have Zinfi, and another female gnome bows forward. And from the Adventurers Guild, we have Chrysili, and another female gnome walks forward and bows. And he goes through a lot of like stuff about the history of the city, and you know how Daggerford became as successful as it has. He talks about how the champions of old saved everything and everyone, but one tragedy was the loss of the city of Waterdeep, a great old city, but Daggerford has risen up in its place and hopefully is a shining light to all in Faerun in its place. And he just, he goes very elaborate into this. It goes on for about an hour, and then it kind of starts winding down, and the people start kind of dispersing and going their separate ways. It's getting pretty late. Probably a lot of people are just heading home. See a fair amount of people just kind of staggering about.
Walk back to the party and say, "Well, that presentation was not at all what I thought it would be."
What did you think?
I don't know, but I didn't think it would be a history lesson. Interesting. Before the presentation started, I overheard a group of gnomes talking. Did anyone else realize how many gnomes there were just now? There was a lot of there. I feel like we kind of stood out in that crowd.
I'm gonna say in gnomish. Wait, right. There are a lot of gnomes.
Nobody understands it. In the party, that is.
I'll relay the information about the missing children from the academy, and that Zazu wants us to stop by tomorrow morning to talk to the Duke and to talk to the professors and see if we can help with that. But then I'll also say, during that presentation, they introduced this Cresselia from the Adventurers Guild. Might not be a bad idea to maybe talk to her, seeing as we were sent from the Adventurers Guild in Baldur's Gate. Maybe she could give us some information about the general we're looking for. Maybe she can give us some information about everything that everyone's looking for.
Yes, the meaning of life.
Yes, that too, Huck. Perhaps. Right. Well,
So, you
Galen,
guys heading back towards the inn, or?
we should probably head back, right, Galen? Get back and talk to.
Yeah, we need to
Fiven.
go. We need to go
Fiven.
talk to Fiven and find out what he might know.
About Sixon.
I mean, heck, maybe he knows about the children too.
That would be
I mean-
serendipitous indeed.
I mean, the owner Miley did say that he runs with a very rough crowd that pressure him to do things. So maybe they're involved with it too.
Maybe. Only one way to find out.
So you guys make your way back down to the tavern. As you enter, the tavern is... There's still a few people in there, but less crowded than when you were here the first go around. You do see Miley still there behind the bar. It looks like she's cleaning and taking care of some things. And there's various waitresses and stuff moving around, clearing tables and cleaning up. What do you guys want to do?
Is the table that we had earlier still open?
Yep.
We go back and sit down at that table and hang out and wait for the kitchen to close up or get close to closing up.
Yep. So it gets to be, close to midnight, and the place is pretty much cleared out. It's just you guys in there, and a lot of the staff have left at this point. You still have Miley there, and you haven't seen anybody come out of the kitchen. So, and she kind of looks over and sees you guys. You see her eyes go wide, and she walks over to you. After you guys left, Fiven, he got a little sick and had to go home. So I'm sure he will be fine in the morning, and you guys can talk with him then.
Right.
You happen to know where he lives?
I do not actually. I know it's a rough part of the town, but I don't know exactly. No, I've never been to his house, and we don't really require to know where someone lives.
Do you know what direction he walks home?
I think it is in this part of town, but I don't know exactly where it is.
I just feel like he's not going to come back as long as we're here. in town.
It does seem like you guys spooked him. I don't know why. Maybe he knows this character that you were looking for, and maybe if this guy has done something wrong, maybe Fiven is trying to cover for him. I'm not sure.
No.
Is there anybody that you employ that hangs out with him that you know of? Outside of work?
I mean, he doesn't really get along with the other staff members that well. I mean, Roy might know something, but he has already left as well.
Do you know where we might find Roy?
I don't either. But he will be back in the morning for sure. Fiven supposed to be back in the morning, but I don't know.
Well, we could spend all night out searching, or we can try to question this other cook in the morning. But I mean, you're the one that spoke to him before, Galen. What do you think?
Oh, well, as nervous as he was when he saw me and I first said something, I don't see Fiven showing back up as long as we're in town. And as far as this Roy guy, he seems to be like he just had a chip on his shoulder. He didn't appear to be caring one way or the other if I was back there questioning Fiven about anything. So Roy, if he shows up, may give us some information, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's up to you. Do we traipse around the city at night, or do we... I mean, I don't know how we're going to find where Fiven lives at this time of night.
I mean, I don't see any point in trying to go after somebody. I mean, when even the owner doesn't even know where her staff lives.
I agree. Suppose we turn in for the evening and pick up the trail in the morning. Turn to the group and say, unless you have other ideas.
Brooklyn's already passed out.
He's just snoozing in the chair. Somebody's gonna have to carry him upstairs.
Perhaps we should turn in then.
Probably for the best.
All right, so you guys go upstairs. There is 7 of you. There's 3 rooms with 2 double beds. So someone's sleeping in the floor, or someone's sleeping in the same bed with somebody.
I'll take the 4, but I'll be up a little later. I want to stay down and have another drink and maybe take a walk and clear my head. These past couple of days have been trying.
Everybody else goes to bed? Is that what happens?
It turns out that I don't need to sleep. So
You don't. You don't
I'm
actually
glad
have to
to-
sleep.
I was gonna say, I don't think Hux sleeps at all other than a shutdown mode, and I think myself and Josh's characters only need 6 hours of a trance-like state.
It is true.
Well, I am going to read then.
Okay.
Out of my mode.
All right. Someone help Prugwin upstairs.
Oh, actually, Diz, I'm going to text you here. Just something to think about.
Okay.
Are we bunking Prugwin with Siltoris?
Yes.
Yeah.
Put the furbolgs in one room. They snore.
So everyone goes up to bed, except for Exire. So just you can let me know what you are doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll sit down and I'll have a drink from the bar. You know, stare brutally into the darkness for a little bit, and then once I'm sure that everyone's kind of upstairs and asleep, I want to take a walk out the front door, and I want to just go on a little walk. I want to walk up back towards Old Town.
Okay. There are still a few people out, but very sparse. Very sparse.
Is Vardic out?
I wouldn't think so, but we will roll to see if he's just randomly out and about.
I don't know if he was still sitting over by the punch drunk booth drinking or passed out.
Roll me a d20 against my d20 and we'll see if he's around.
Yeah, big on that one.
Nat 1. No, not there.
What about Wilfer? I guess it's anyone that I recognize out, I should say. Anyone that like I recognize from like having not just like passing by, like anyone that I had interaction with during the festival.
Okay. We'll roll one more time. Just roll me a d20.
Okay. Nat 20.
Nat 20. So it's usually a good roll, but it's against what I'm rolling. So no, you do not see anybody.
So then I will. You said there's a couple people out.
Yeah, it's very sparse. You might see a couple people kind of staggering against each other, or you might see a single person just kind of walking probably back to their house or something.
I want to find one of those single people that are walking back to the house. Find someone, and as I'm walking up to them, I will cast Charm Person.
Right.
It's a DC 14.
Let me check something real quick, and I will roll against it. Make sure there's no advantage here on this. So this is a gnome.
Okay. Little gnomey boy.
All right. Okay. All right. So I have to roll a charisma saving throw, is it?
A wisdom saving throw, DC 14.
Okay. That is a 6.
All right. She's charmed for an hour.
He's like, "What are you doing? Hey.
Hello there.
What are we doing?"
What's your name?
Oh, my name? You want to know my name?
Yeah, I want to know your name.
It's Casfin.
Casfin. What a interesting name. Is that a family name?
It's my name.
It's your name. Heaven, friend. You know, there was a lot of gnomes out around here earlier for the presentation up by the academy, wasn't there?
Yeah. There's a lot of gnomes in Daggerford.
Yeah, I could tell. Is it are there only gnomes up at that academy?
No, there's a mixture at the academy.
A mixture at the academy. Oh, right. Well,
they come from all over.
All over. Right. Yeah. Have you ever been up to the academy?
Yeah, one time.
What did you study there? Do you have some?
No. I had an uncle that he like clean the floors there, and I got to go. He let me in, and I got to see some of their things.
Oh, very, very good. Very good. Now listen, it seems like you've been out enjoying the festivities this evening.
You would know that charm person almost kind of makes the person a little groggy, like. So.
Okay.
So that's, you might think that could be part of it.
Okay.
I've been enjoying some. Yes.
Fantastic. You know what? Did you partake in any of these games out here tonight?
No. I don't like the games of chance.
As we're talking, I want to kind of like be walking and talking and try to kind of lead him down some back alley with maybe out him. Like,
I would
trying to
normally
keep
be
his invitation.
scared down this alley, but yeah, I got my friend here. He smacks you on the butt because that's about as high as he reaches.
Why would you be scared going down this alley? Is there dangerous criminals around?
It's dark.
It is a very dark alley. You're right. Now, I think I see something right around this. No, come with me. Stay close. Stay close.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see if there's like some boxes that we can walk around behind to at least block view from one side of the alleyway.
Yeah, there's some debris down in here. Yeah.
Can I look around, see if there's anyone? I mean, I know it's dark, but I mean, I have dark vision.
Yeah. Roll a perception check.
I can see in the dark. 14.
14. You don't see anybody.
Friend, I have something very important to tell you. It's a secret, though. It's a secret, so I'm gonna get down real close. Now, what I'm about to tell you, you can't tell another soul. Do you understand?
I understand.
This is a very important secret that I'm trusting you with now. All right, and the secret is right his neck. Gosh, that's a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
And that's 6. That's 10 points of damage.
Yeah, he's dead.
Talk about a pain in the neck.
And now he's a gnoll. Now I have to deal with this shit again.
He's a gnome knoll, so he's like tiny.
Oh god, it's like the little mini zombies in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Very good. Oh god. All right. Well, I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, do you know the half-orc Vardic?
Let's see if he does. And he just shakes his head. It looks like that. It has no eyes.
Right. Well, that's unfortunate. And I'll snap his neck. Just kind of shove him into the debris.
Push him in there. Push some boxes on.
Exactly. And then I'll walk back. I'll wipe my mouth. Make sure there's no blood.
Hey, as you're doing that, let's say this is a performance check. As you're kind of making an artistic structure here around him, a disguise kind of.
17.
17. Yeah, so you cover him up pretty good. So.
And I'll walk back to the inn, get another ale to rinse my mouth out, and head upstairs, I guess, to one of the rooms that we have.
Okay.
As I'm going past Stacy and her friend's room, I'll cast Mage Hand and knock on the door.
It better not be that person again. As you go to your room.
That's it.
Okay. So the next morning, everyone gets up and meets downstairs. What do you guys want to do? You're having some breakfast?
Brugwin's got a killer headache.
I'd say so.
and he's kind of looking at Exar like with a new distrust.
Turning everyone against you. Oh. Yeah. What do you guys want to do? Have some breakfast? Prugwood gonna have some more ale?
No, at this point he gets sick even looking at it.
But before Galen sits down at the table, I'm gonna go find Miley.
And while he goes and finds Miley, I'm gonna order Prugwin a Bloody Mary.
Okay. Someone else is waiting on you.
This'll help.
Miley is behind the bar there. Oh, Galen, good to see you. Sleep well?
I mean, I don't really sleep, so I guess
Me
you could
neither.
say the accommodations were comfortable enough.
Yes.
So, did either one of the cooks show up today?
Roy is back there, but as we suspected, Five and nowhere to be found. Hasn't sent me any notice or anything.
So, is there a way that either I could go back there and talk to Roy, or we could call him out here to have a chat before y'all get really busy?
Let me get him for you. And she goes in the back. A few moments later, she brings Roy out. Here's Roy. Roy says that he doesn't really know Five and outside of work, but feel free to ask any questions that you have.
Hello again, Roy.
Hey there.
So, you heard my conversation with Fiven last night, right? When I came in the kitchen?
I did. It was rather odd, yes.
And you don't know anything about that dwarf that we saw? That we
I
were
don't know
asking
anything about it. Only dwarf I saw last night in the kitchen was me.
And you don't ever really leave the kitchen when you come to work?
Not usually, unless I have to go to the restroom.
Well, I mean, you don't frequent the establishment for where the guests are.
No. We have people to clean that area. There's no need for me to go up there.
I understand. Do you have any idea at all where Fiven lives, or the area of town that he frequents when he's not here?
Just this area of town is all I know. But I don't know where.
Did you notice anything other than him being freaked out after I left with his personality, or did you hear him talking to anybody prior to leaving?
I
When he
didn't.
got sick last night?
He spoke to Maya Lee, and then he was acting weird, and then he left out the back.
Well, I guess that is all then. Thanks for your time. I'll let you get back to cooking.
Good day. He turns around and goes back to the kitchen. As Miley says, I'm terribly sorry. I don't know why Fiven would do this, but like I said, he has a troubled past, so I'm sure it's bleeding over into his work life now.
Well,
I hate to see that.
I just wanted to talk to him and find out about somebody else that didn't even really concern him. And now he has put himself on the radar along with this dwarf, because now he's doing things that we'll have to go find out where he's at and question him about.
Yes. Well, I hate that. He was a wonderful cook, and I would have loved it if he could have turned his life around. But it seems that he's involved in something, at least, that he doesn't want to be caught up in. Or at least caught doing, rather.
Do you have any other names of the people that you've... Because you mentioned that he's done this before on letting his friends have free meals or food or drink or whatever. Do you have any names of any of those people?
I don't recall. It has been a while, I would say, since anything like this has happened. He was mostly taking food out the back and giving it to people, and when I asked him about it, he rattled off some names, and I don't recall what those were, though.
Well, it appears we will be in town for a few days, so if any of those names come to mind, please feel free to let us know.
Of course, yes.
Unless we find him first.
Of course, yes. I mean, if you're staying here, it would be easy to find you.
And please, if he does show up while we're out for whatever reason, let us know when we get back that he's been here.
Of course I will, yes.
All right. Well, I will let you get back to tending the bar.
Good day to you.
Same to you. And then I'll walk over to the table and tell everybody what transpired with Roy. He's going to be hard to find unless we can just stumble across somebody that could potentially know him by chance.
And we don't want to flush him out.
Well, I mean, it would be great if we could flush him out and be able to find him and then potentially get out of him whoever this dwarf is, but we don't have anywhere to start other than he's in this area of the town, and this does not seem to be a small area of town.
You're right about that. It's a lot of area to canvas.
So do we put this on hold and I dare say it, but let the dwarf find us and try to do what you said about the academy? Or
I mean, I think we have two options at this point. We either head over to the academy, talk to the Duke, see what we can find out about these missing children, or head over and see if we can get an audience with this Chrysili over at the Adventurers Guild. See if maybe our contacts at the Adventurers Guild in Baldur's Gate can prove fruitful to finding some more information about maybe the general coming through, or maybe the Adventurers Guild even has some information on these children. Or maybe we do both.
I think starting with the Adventurers Guild is most wise.
I mean, it makes sense. Y'all are here on a mission to find this person, and they sent y'all a very long way to look for this general.
That they did.
Settled.
Right then. Miley.
She sees you and walks over. Yes.
Could you point us in the direction of the Adventurers Guild in town?
Oh, yes, it is. Let me check real quick, make sure I'm not telling you the wrong place. It is located in the Re-Steps part of town. That is the area near the castle, kind of just north of the cathedral, but
Just north.
not quite into Old Town, but right near the castle itself.
All right, so towards the direction that we were last night. When
Yeah,
we
you
went over
probably
to Old
went
Town.
right past it. Yes,
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
of course. Yes.
Well, if we head to the Adventurers Guild to find some more information about what it is that we seek, Alaric, Galen, do you want to come with us? Do you have business of your own that you want to pursue here in Daggerford? We don't want to hold you up or hold you from finding the information you seek as well.
Well, I mean, I've asked a few people and they haven't seen who I'm looking for. The Adventurers Guild may have potentially seen or heard story or have information, and clearly from what we saw when we came in last night, those guards are worthless as far as being able to tell us whether they have seen or remember anybody, because they didn't even talk to us as we came through the gate.
That is true.
So I mean, I guess I can come with y'all and try to find them along the way.
Right. All right. If no one has any objection, we can head on that way.
I would, on the way, like to keep my optic sensors open for a place that may purvey in skin conditioning solutions, ointments, salves, and things of that nature.
Skin ointments.
Yes.
All right. You don't have skin. What?
All right. As you guys are walking north, you might ask around to see if there is like an alchemist or something like that around. And they all tell you that it's the best one they know is in Old Town, and it goes by the name of Shrooms and Visions.
Is that on the way?
It is a little past where you're going, into Old Town.
Okay. Begin with the Adventurers Guild then.
Yeah, most of the shops are in Old Town, which is in the northern part of the city. So, but it's close to where you're going. All right, so it takes you a little while. You might ask some people, but they point you in the direction of the Adventurers Guild. It is named the Daggerford Adventurers Guild, the DAG.
I was just about to say how inspired their naming was, but that is good. That's a good one.
All right. So as you go up to this place, it is a multi-story building, like 3 stories. It's kind of in this district. It's like the buildings are like right up on each other, and they're all just kind of down the streets. This one it's just seated in there. You might see actually some of the other guilds up this same street. You might see signs for them. As you go into the guild, the door is just open. You go right in. There is like a small open area where there is like some seating. There's some trophies on the wall. There is like a fireplace at the end, and there is like a little desk area where a gnome lady is sitting, wearing like little glasses, and reddish hair that is like shortcut down to about the chin, and just normal plain like white shirt and pants. She says, "Hello, can I help you?"
Well,
Not everyone at once, please. I
Well,
can't take this.
You see, do you? Do you know?
I know a fair amount about this city, at least.
Yes, of course. Do you know? What the hell? Do you
I'm
know
gonna-
Ginny down in Baldur's Gate? You
Do I know
remind me of
Ginny?
her.
No,
You
I
rem-
don't know a Ginny in Baldur's Gate. No, who
At
would go
Baldur's
there?
Gate? Well then, all right. You would get along
Does she work for
famously.
someone? Is she famous?
Within certain circles. She's she works at the Baldur's Gate Adventurers Guild.
Well, that would be our competition. And no, I don't know who she is.
Well, wouldn't it be a good idea to know and keep an eye on your competition?
I'm not involved in marketing, okay?
Right. Well, listen. We were wondering if Chrysili was available.
Let me check.
Thank you.
Flips
so
open this
much.
big book. Available. What? Who was asking, please?
Shit, do we have a team name?
No.
Like mumbles in the.
We're from not we're passing through. We're looking for someone and we think she might be able to help. My name is Exire.
Exire. Okay, let me
Yeah.
pass the message along. She
Thank
just
you.
writes your name really big on a piece of paper. Gets out of the
tell
chair.
Tell her we're on business from the Duke.
The Duke. I'm sure that will get you everywhere. Yes.
And Zalzu, if that helps.
Zalzu. Yes. The assistant to the Duke. Yes. And she just
And
walks into the back
before-
door.
Okay, as I say, before she leaves,
She
I was gonna try to
stops.
put.
As you start to say, she stops and looks back.
And I will put 5 gold on her desk. Say, we appreciate your help.
Well, that will get you everywhere. And she opens the door, walks through and closes it. So you're out there for like 15 minutes.
Is there like at least like a little bench that I can sit
Like,
on the way?
You see a Loxodon who just kind of walks through. Opens the door and goes out. Yeah, I mean, there's tables and chairs. There's plenty of tables and chairs.
Huck, do you
And-
get cold? Do you have, I don't know, thermal receptors?
You by thermal receptors, you mean skin. Then, yeah, I do. Not often, though. Normally, my temperature is rather unfluctuating. Good, robust skin. See how firm and perfectly colored it is. It's just so even and.
Oh, yes, very nice skin. Taut.
Tough too.
Yes. Do you moisturize?
No. It's just good genetics.
Ah.
The door opens up and she comes walking back out and says, well, gods be praised, she had decided to see you.
Oh, which
Oh.
ones?
I don't know, which one do you like?
I have no preference myself.
That one, the no preference gods. That's the ones that bless this day. She walks over and picks her gold up off the counter, puts it in her pocket, says, come this way.
Damn damn, she left that gold up there the whole time. I should have swiped it.
She did. Yeah, it was just sitting there. Takes you like down a hallway, a quick right. It's very narrow hallways, and at the very end of the hall there is a door that's closed. It says Chrysili Whistleheart on it. She says, Miss Whistleheart, the adventurers of no distinguished name are here to see you. Yes, let them come in. She pushes the door. There you go. You guys funnel into this office. It is a very nice, well-decorated office. There's several bookshelves along both the left and right walls. There is a window against one of the walls there. And there is a very small desk. And behind the desk is, you see the lady that was on the stage last night. She looks to be older, and for a gnome, that's saying a lot, because she could be several hundreds of years old. So, I think they live that long. I think they live about maybe 300 years or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
So she looks older. She has like black hair that is just kind of off, like onto her back, with a little bit of gray in it. It's curly, and she's wearing just plain like shirt and like pants. You do see over in the corner that there is like an armor stand with some like, looks to be maybe plate or half plate, like very decorative armor on an armor stand, and like a sword laying up against the wall. But to you guys, it would look like almost like a short sword or a dagger.
I would like to, if possible, perceive her collection of books.
Oh, okay. So just kind of roll a perception check as you're kind of perusing the books there.
Oh.
So you kind of look through them, but you find nothing of interest in the books. You kind of get stuck up in one section that is like almost like a bestiary section, where it's like A to Z Encyclopedia Britannica stuff. So you might even pick up one book and you start just looking at it and you absorb into it or something. So
I actually would like to hold it open and put my face in it.
Put your face in it. Okay. And he's just stuck in the book. She kind of looks odd and over at Huck, and then I almost called you Q.
That sounds like something he would do.
Yeah, and she looks back over the rest of the party. So you are working with the Duke, I hear.
Well, we had a little conversation with Zhaozu last night at the festival, right before the presentation, and we hear there's been some issue with the missing children. 4 in a week, it would seem. Now, I assume something that's this delicate in nature and this pressing in time would be something that the Duke has brought to the Adventurers Guild. Now, we have done work with the Adventurers Guild in Baldur's Gate, so we understand a little bit how these things work, and we don't want to step on anyone's toes. If this has already been brought to you by the Duke, we don't want to cut you out. Wanted to come to you and see if perhaps we could take up the commission if there's been one, and maybe in exchange get some information on another task we have up here in Daggerford.
I will tell you this, sir. Vorham holds on to old grudges, it would seem. And even if it involves the lives of children, will not let these grudges die. He would not bring me any work if it would save the entire city. So,
Vorhelm. Is this the name of the Duke? I apologize.
Vorham,
I've only heard him referred to as the Duke.
yes, the Duke, the almighty Duke of Daggerford.
Well, there seems to be some bad blood there. What grudge does he hold for the Adventurers Guild? We've had nothing
It's
but
not-
good experiences.
It's not the guild itself, it's between our families, and that is a private matter.
Of course, I don't mean to pry.
Last time he rubbed it on her face was with some sheriff. I don't even know of a sheriff in Daggerford.
Some sheriff. Did this sheriff have a name?
The business couldn't even be brought to us for something like whatever the sheriff had taken care of. I don't remember something something vulgar, I think. I don't know.
Of Nottingham.
Sheriff. Well, perhaps you could assist us. If military from Baldur's Gate were to come up to Daggerford, someone as well connected as yourself would know, correct?
I would hope so, yes.
We're looking for a general that passed this way some time ago.
She leans
General.
in onto her elbows and kind of puts her hands on her chin.
A
Yes?
General Nicholas Buckley? Does that name ring any bells?
Does, but not because I've met with him here. I just know of the generals.
Right.
Why would he come through Daggerford?
Well, that's what we're trying to understand. That's what we're trying to figure out right now. You see, it's come to the attention of the guild that he's been gone a little bit longer than his assignment might have called for, and they're starting to worry.
So he's missing?
We wouldn't say missing. It's just taking a little more time than they would like. And so we're here to help him out on his way, whatever his mission may be. So if he's passed through here in any recent time, your information would be greatly appreciated.
Well, obviously, I don't know of his whereabouts.
Of course.
It is strange. Where are you
Strange.
from again?
Oh, as I said, we've been doing work with the Adventurers Guild in Baldur's Gate. Now, I understand that they are your competition, according to your receptionist, but I feel that most Adventurers Guilds in the region have a common cause at heart.
Yes, but I'm still a little unclear on what has transpired. You came from Baldur's Gate looking for a general. It would seem that you should have more information than I would.
Well, and as I said, we are trying to find out what is going on, what happened to him. I wouldn't say he's missing, but he is missed in Baldur's Gate. We need to know if he was maybe held up, waylaid. Did he get far into some of these disappearances that have been happening as of late?
Maybe he switch sides?
That would be upsetting indeed.
I don't know, but I don't know that I would pass along information to you about it rather than just take care of it myself.
Of course,
What
I understand.
what benefit
this.
would I have in giving you this information if I came across it?
Well, perhaps as personal as the matter may be between you and this Vorhelm, is there something we could do to either, if not repair relations, I think as you put it, rub it in his face?
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage, I would say.
Uh, 13.
Okay. I will think about it.
Very well. Well, what if tell you what, Duke Vorhelm has requested our help in finding these missing children. Is there a way we could bring this to the guild? Maybe cut you in on the payment from the Duke.
You could do this, yes.
And would this perhaps persuade you to consider sharing any information you might find with us?
Let's see. If you go about this and find these children and take care of the issue, and then, and only then after it's complete, tell them that you are working for our Adventurers Guild, then maybe the Duke would start sending me more business. If that's the case, then yes, I could pass along information as it comes to me.
Turn around to the rest of the party and say, does anyone have any objection to this? Huck, are you learning about beasts of the region over there?
Well, as I'm not very successful at this, but my master used to be quite good at assimilating knowledge at a great pace by making physical contact with the book. Sometimes in such a trance that he would, in fact, salivate all over the book with consuming the delicious knowledge. But I'm afraid I have not mastered the technique.
Are there any objections to this arrangement?
Galen's gonna lean over to Exire and say this real quiet to where only he can hear it. I'm not exactly sure where y'all are going to try to find this general, but apparently she definitely knows more than she's letting on, because she mentioned him changing sides. Which side would he be changing to? And why would she bring that up out of nowhere?
While he's still leaning close, I'll say, well, I assume if he was last known to be heading north, perhaps she assumes he's heading to Neverwinter. And that indeed would be changing sides.
Yeah, but it seems like she knows something about him.
And she very well may, but I think we need to play this game to get to that prize.
I'm good at games. And then I'll lean back.
Well, I think Chrysili. Can I call you Chrysili?
You may.
I think you have yourself an accord.
Very well. She reaches her hand out.
I shake it and say, before we leave to go talk to Vorhelm, and I'll lean over to Alaric and say, did you have anything that you wanted to ask about? And turn to Garen and say, or perhaps you.
I had to take a phone call, so no, I don't. I'm a little behind.
Oh, no, I was just meaning if you wanted to talk. We're talking to the...
About Joran.
Yeah, about
being
Jorik.
Oh,
missing.
This is the head of the Daggerford Adventurers Guild.
Oh, okay. Well, then yes, I would describe Joran and say, and tell them I'm I am searching for a missing mentor, and I would describe Joran's appearance and say, I've searched for several months with close to a year now, and I still believe he's alive. Helm leads me to believe that he is alive, but I found nothing. Have you seen anyone like this or heard of anyone like this in this city?
So you describe what he looks like and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I have not heard of any missing persons by that description. Any more details? Do you know, did someone take him, or is it just wandered off?
It certainly appeared that he was taken. He's a well-known blacksmith and had lived in the same place for years. Was very good to take people in and train people if they wandered into his shop and needed help. Had made a life for himself there, and had been an adventurer at some point, but honestly never really talked about it that much. He would talk a little bit whenever he would have a few pints of ale in the pub. He'd occasionally talk about things that happened to him, and they never seemed to be happy stories. But he never went into any detail. Not with me, anyway. Not with me. He had other apprentices before and after me. But with me, I was only there about a year. He never really spoke in any detail. But he did not strike me as someone who would just leave. So I firmly believe that he has been taken.
I do not know of anything about this Joran. But if you can complete your mission and get us more work from the Duke, then I will ask around and see if any of my contacts know of anything.
It would be appreciated.
Does he have a last name? You said it was Joran.
I don't know if we ever picked the last name for him.
Yeah, I think we just have.
We'll just say that you give the last name, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I think we picked a name, but I don't think we ever went any further than that with him.
Joran Blacksmithison.
Blacksmithison.
Last name is Boren.
Joran Boren.
Boren, yes.
I'm surprised it was another J name.
Joran Jorgensen.
We had Jarek, Joran, Jorik, or
His
something.
name is
There for a while.
Joran Jonah Jameson.
Triple
John Jacob
J.
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
All right. Anything else, gentlemen?
Oh, I just have a question.
By all means.
Have you seen anyone pass through this town that kind of fits my description?
Looks
as far
like
as
you?
appearance, yes.
An imposter of you? A twin?
No. He would look a little older than me, by about 100 years or so. He has same color skin, same color eyes. Hair probably longer.
Does he have a name?
He does. His name is Delarian Varona.
I do not know the name, but I will ask around. Hopefully I will have some answers for you when you come back with good news, hopefully.
If you'd have seen him, or if your contacts would have seen him, that it would have been obvious. He commands attention when he comes through places.
Well, I will ask around, and if that is the case, then I'm sure there will be plenty of responses.
All right.
I want to lean over to Hawk and say, What was the name of the head of the Baldur's Gate Adventurers Guild? I never really paid attention when he was talking to us.
There was a head. I know there was a lot of individual bodies, but I don't remember there being a singular head.
Or the guy that always gave us our assignments.
Are you as a person needing his name?
Yes.
Harrison was his name.
But I never really paid attention, so I don't think Exire would really even care.
Yeah.
Harrison.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm gonna look at Gracilia and say, keep it between you and me, but I like you a lot more than that Harrison guy down in Baldur's Gate.
Harrison.
Yes.
What's his last name?
That you never gave us this.
Oh. Well, you probably know since you were there for quite a while, right?
Yeah, we were there for a year.
His name is Harrison Keaton.
Harrison. Oh, God, I just try to tune him out when he's talking. Harrison Keaton. Don't you know the head of other adventurers guilds?
I thought that's who that was. I haven't kept track of who was over the guild in a while.
Is there something about this individual that you find upsetting?
Nothing. No, nothing. Don't worry about it.
Do I believe her?
You can roll an inside check.
I would love to do that. With my big old +2 to insight. That's only a 13.
No, can't tell. I mean, it looks odd, the way she said it and everything for face value, but you can't read any deeper than that. Obviously, you probably don't believe her, but
Yeah. All right. Anything else anyone needs to ask?
Not. I have plenty of work to get back to, so if you will see yourself out, please come back when you have completed your mission.
Of course. Now, Christelle, before we leave, we do, maybe kill 2 birds with 1 stone in this situation. If we are going to be doing some work for the Duke, looking for these missing children, terrible travesty. Do you have any jobs we might be able to pick up? We might be able to get done in tandem for you. Take some of the work off your plate.
I think you're a little bit of a dry spell. So no, not at the moment.
Right.
But I'm sure the work will come flooding in once you take care of what you're going to take care of.
All right then.
All right. So as you guys exit and go back out the front, the lady at the front says, "Don't be a stranger."
Wouldn't dream of it.
And she's counting the gold that you left.
It's
On the
only
deck.
5. It doesn't take that long to count.
I like to count it. And
I'll
you
give
guys,
it to you in copper next time.
as you guys are walking out, you're just thinking of the spider web that you guys are getting into, all these different threads connecting to each other and what it all means as you guys are turning to your next site, whether that is going to visit the Duke or going to the Arcane Academy to ask some questions. But we will pick this up on the next session 2 weeks from tonight. And I think we've got D&D on Sunday night coming up this next weekend. And as long as my co-host, Clan Diesel, is back in gear tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but on Monday, we'll do another Super Retro Game Show Extreme. So if you like retro, come check that out. And I'm pretty sure Malnox, he's streaming all the time.
That's
Yep.
true.
So go check him out. He has fun. I think he's been playing a lot of Genshin, right? So
It's basically all I've been playing. Yeah.
yes, I see you all the time playing that. So Buck's been checking that out too. And we've got some other streamers. They're not here tonight. We got Mario. His name is, he changed it recently, so it's Rican Streams. Go check him out. And Big Sly TV, is it now, right?
Yep.
So
That's
yep.
what we changed to.
So yeah, go check out all those guys and follow them and send them all those Prime subs and all that good stuff. So all right, so come check us out next weekend on Sunday, and 2 weeks from now we'll be playing this again, so you get to see the mystery in Daggerford unfold. So I guess unless there's anything else, guys, we'll see everyone next time. See ya.
Good to me.